Welcome everyone, welcome once again, welcome back to Sports Frenzy, and it's been a minute now. It's been a minute since we have done football. We've been on tracks for a minute now, and I loved every bit of it. Why? We got a lot of subscriptions. So of course I love it, but guess what? Whole heap of people are messaging, man. Literally whole heap of say, yo bro, when you bring back the football and all those stuff, I say, you know, earn yourself, man. Time is everything, man, and time is money. So guess what? We're here once again to do it all. New season coming up, and I mean, I'm contemplating whether I should purchase the new jersey. I mean, it have a buzz still, but right now, Man United can't get my money so easy, so they have to do something out of the blue for them get my money. But otherwise, from that, man, interesting season lies ahead, and we're here with you guys once again, man. Thanks for returning, man, and this season promised to be interesting. One thing that I know for a fact that we'll do this time around is that you guys will get some live watch-alongs. I can promise you on that, so you can hold me accountable from now. You guys are going to get live watch-alongs, and I promise as well short videos. Just trying to clear up my workload, and then everything will be good. So no worries. But we're here once again, man. I'll be joined by a man that, man, last year about our quad is still on and all of them stuff there, you know. Well, the only quad me know is a nightclub, and that shut down a long time. But talking about Demo, what go on, brother?
Yo, big up the Sports Frenzy family. Big up yourself, Levon. Yeah, excited for the new season. Excited.
All right, and then we have another man that this man don't really follow up EPL all that much, you know. And this half season, man decided to say, you know what, I sound like a novice. I love me know that thing and talk about the top clubs them, but man, make sure link me and say, yo, I did my research, man. I've been watching the transfer window and all those stuff, so I'm no more in tune. That is not like times like before when normal Mr. Levon I mention players and I say, who the hell this? But this time around the man knew about some of these players, and he's not just a Spanish man anymore. He is also a man that is following EPL but hasn't selected a team and he won't select a team. So he's strictly a Real Madrid fan. So I'm talking about none other than the all-round himself. Devin, what's up, man?
Man, blessings, man. Blessings to all the followers and all the people who subscribe. Blessings. Glad to be here again. Feel like it's been a while, been a minute.
That is it, man. And before we get into it, you know what you have to always do. Look right in the what is it? Let me not lie. Right hand corner. You see our logo up top. Big up to our sponsors. Let's Care Medical and Let's Care Optical, man. They came on board in the World Championship and they're still here. So big up to them, man. Love it. And hopefully we'll get some more sponsors on board soon because the thing is growing, man. So let's grow together. But where to start? Man, a whole lot has transpired over these couple weeks. Sagas to big transfer moves and all of those things. So let's start with transfer. And it's only right that we start with a team that won the league last season. Manchester City went to this transfer window and man, did they do business. They got rid of a lot of people and they brought in quite a few people. So in terms of major outgoings, we know that, guess what? One, Raheem Sterling is no longer at Manchester City. He's now a Chelsea player, and another man in the top corner is not really fond of this guy. But here he is. Man is moving like Alex Greenwood that played for Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal women, Leon, and she's now at Man City. So Sterling is on that road, played for Liverpool, played for Man City, now at Chelsea. Now we look
And
at
Neil can never do that too.
well, yeah, he was one
Uh,
of those ones as well.
yeah.
But also look at it and then City on the other hand, they have brought in Erling Haaland. Demo don't rate that guy again. I mean, as I said, that man is a monster. They have also brought in a shrewd. They made a shrewd signing in terms of Calvin Phillips in that midfield. Once he's fit, good player. In the forward line as well, they brought in the youngster from Argentina in Julian Alvarez, good player as well. And they brought in a backup keeper in Ortega from Armenia Bielefeld. But as I mentioned, they have had a lot of outgoings. If I should start, I won't stop. They have garnered over 170 plus million dollars in this transfer window from outgoings. So I must start with you, Demo. When I look at Man City, based on who they have gotten rid of and who they have brought in, what do you think of it?
All right. So let me just say this, right? And I know this might lead into predictions and who are going to win the league and all of that. So I'm gonna try make it don't do that. A lot of people are saying that because of the signings that Manchester City have got, morely so Haaland, yeah. And for me, obviously everybody knows that I think he's a watered down Lukaku. Zine. But barring that, half of the time, well, for about 10 games, he's in the hospital injured. Another one that they signed, and Levan mentioned it, Calvin Phillips. Make sure him say, if he stays fit, he's another man we're always in at the hospital. Zine, Alvarez, I don't watch the league, whatever I play. Obviously, Levan does because he watches everything, but I don't. But everybody seems to have an opinion on him, like say, I'm going to come into the league and he's going to be this big thing. I have no idea what he's going to do, so I'm going to reserve my judgment for Alvarez. And I think Cucurella just put in him transfer request because he wanted to come, and that for me is a massive deal for Manchester City. They need that left back because for me, the outgoings for City, Jesus, Sterling, and Zinchenko are a major part, and worse if them lose Bernardo Silva, but I'm not going to go that because they didn't, right? Are massive for me. And I'm going to try to keep it before I say who will go in the league and all that stuff. But Sterling was massive in terms of goal contributions for Manchester City, especially now that they got a number 9. If people watch how Sterling numbers was when they had Aguero, it was way up there as opposed to when they didn't have Aguero. So he plays even better with a number 9, and losing Zinchenko and Jesus and another person who comes off the bench and scores big goals for them, I think that is more devastating for them than positive of signing Haaland and Alvarez and all of these guys.
Can
So
I disagree?
may I go, you can disagree all you want, may I give my
Alright, listen,
opinion.
listen, listen, listen. Listen what I said. And I think you have also pointed out about this particular player that I'm about to speak about. Remember that one, Jack Grealish never had the best of seasons last year, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
But what they're trying to do now is that they're trying to integrate Grealish into the team way more than last season. If you realize, and people might say, oh, you can't watch preseason, which is foolishness. Of course, I can watch preseason because the key thing about preseason that I look forward to is pattern of play. Pattern behavior is something that is built in. And when you look at what they have done through pre-seasons, Grealish and Haaland seemingly has formed a partnership. They're on the same wavelength. And if Grealish can replicate what we know he actually can, especially being under Pep, I don't think getting rid of Sterling will be that. All right, I mean, he was big for them, but if Grealish can replicate the performances that he has done before,
Not happening.
I don't think that it will be such a huge miss, especially with the fact that Alan is there. What we should remember, even in Champions League, is not a case of City never created. They created a whole lot of opportunities. What they lacked was that person right there to just stick the ball into the back of the net. In Ireland, that is what they have. So yes, they might have lost Sterling, and he was vital to whatever they did. However, on the other hand, they have brought in a man that his track record is also proven of goal scoring in Ireland. And
Even with injuries too.
same thing
Why
with
when
Sterling.
why
Sterling,
will leave out that?
Sterling was off form for a while. We can say the same thing. He was off form for quite a while as well. But I don't I don't think it will be that big of a miss with who they have brought in.
Well,
Honestly,
we'll see end of season.
yeah. Well, finish up.
Yeah, so my thing is I am more surprised at the outgoings of Manchester City than the incomings. And like I said, maybe I'm just because I'm not rate Haaland. I think that it's just going to take some time for City get used to, gelling everybody. The Jack Grealish, like you mentioned with Haaland. And you said they've been doing it in preseason. I mean, that gave them a whopping one goal because I think Haaland only scored one goal preseason so far. But I guess the communication and stuff is helping and it's working. But I am more surprised of the people they let go. And if Bernardo Silva does leave to Barcelona, which is increasingly possible, then it's going to be even worse. So that's just my thing.
Okay. All right. Doctor.
Yo,
Now, yeah, well, what Dean was saying, I know so you're one man did want Haaland on your side because you said that if it wasn't
yeah,
Mbappe, it would have been Haaland.
that's yo.
So, what's your thoughts on City capturing this man, knowing that they
All right,
are already the champions before?
all right. As a teacher by profession, right?
Wait, Devin. Say barely the champions. Don't just say it like say they
A
want.
champion,
Champions.
man. I could have even asked.
All right. Okay.
As a teacher by profession, I'm gonna go by grades. All right. So the three major the incomings, based on what Demo was saying, that guy I think was a backup, the keeper you were saying, some guy were playing at some league, or you're not even following him. All right. So I would give him like a B minus, right? Because we don't even know about him. Alan coming in, man is only 21. The man is like a machine. Man is good in the air. The man can score with well, he can score with both feet. A plus. Phillips, irrespective of this all being in the hospital or being injured, I will give him an A. So you average it off, that will drop to like a A minus. So based on what coming in, that would be like a A minus. Because Phillips in a bad Leeds team, that man was a standout in the midfield.
Well, he
Right?
was hardly there. We are talking about.
Right? It's not like
We are talking about. How
but
much
they,
games
they have a
Phillips
big
play?
squad. They have a big squad, and it's
Oh
not like
Lord.
him missing a few games. You don't know how many games that would have been last year, right? You don't know how many games he may miss this year.
All right.
The man will be a standout. The man is quality. The man is class, right? And Man City have like they have big squad, and it's not like they have like other players there, which they're like bugs. They have like two good players in like most position. Sterling and Jesus being out. A lot of times they don't even play with a forward. So
Truth.
them leaving, them leaving is like sometimes it's not that. I'm not saying that they're not gonna miss them, but it's not as bad as you make it seem, Demo.
I
Right?
agree.
Because no, sometimes people are saying, "Yo, they don't play with a forward. They have like it's like the keeper, four at the back and like five midfield. There's nobody. There's nobody
I'm
playing as
sorry.
forward.
I'm sorry. First
Yeah.
of all, we need Levon to go pull up the stats of how much goals Sterling and Jesus gave Manchester. At one point last season,
Mhm.
Gabriel Jesus was one of the top players in the league, not just scoring or but also in providing goals. And he wasn't playing as a forward; he was playing on the wing. So I don't
Right. So
understand
now
where.
you have a centre forward where a lot of some chances were same as you said Sterling score, but some chances where you see miss. I know Alan
Yes,
not seen so many of those chances.
boss. Behind Sergio Aguero, Raheem Sterling is Pep's best player in terms of goals, GA ratio, goals and assists.
Mhm.
That is massive. Under Pep Guardiola, since he's been in the league,
Yeah.
Raheem Sterling is the man. And don't tell me, boy, it's not no big
So
miss. Raheem
I'm
Sterling, me no rate Raheem
but it's
Sterling.
an upgrade. This is an upgrade. Alan is an upgrade in terms
But
of
he's
Sterling.
not there replacing Haaland.
Right.
Haaland
He's
not
there
replace him.
he's a striker. He would be a striker. He'd be like
Yeah,
in
but they
like a
weren't
centre
using a
forward.
striker.
Right?
They weren't using a striker.
All right,
That's what I'm
Demo,
saying. They
Demo,
will
what
use
I'm
a
trying to bring
centre
across
forward now,
here,
which will make the big difference.
that is what I'm bringing across. Normally, where they have to depend on Sterling to do that, now they have a center forward that will take a bulk of the goal scoring. That's what we're getting at.
And going back to what you're saying, Demo, you say a lot of time he's spending in the hospital. So should he get injured for a while, they're used to playing without a centre forward where they can revert to that playing style without the centre forward. And then if you miss a certain amount of games, as you allude to that you may miss, you may not even miss as much as you're thinking that you may.
All right, Demo. Same reason I beat Raheem Sterling for, right?
Hmm.
In which that is missing clear-cut opportunities on a
Yes.
regular basis with that
Yes.
poor first touch and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
No, what we're not actually thinking about, who is behind Haaland? If he can do what he has done at
De Bruyne.
Molde, Salzburg, and Dortmund, in which at Dortmund that man was it was a total machine. I mean, Haaland is just like Kane in a sense, that they'll be missing for a few games, but whenever they're fit, it's bang, 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 and that's it. What I'm trying to get at is that, in spite of that, it will be KDB along with Phil Foden that will be supplying one Erling Haaland. Don't you think that this guy will be, one, more clinical, two, more productive than Raheem Sterling?
Yeah, but we still have mentioned Haaland and Sterling, boss. I'm using the three player, but don't mention the Alvarez thing already, Like Alvarez and what other person would them bring in?
Alvarez, Phillips,
Calvin Phillips,
Artega.
and no business about the Artega person. I am
Right.
saying,
So
as a
yeah,
whole,
you and I are on the same page with that.
Gabriel Jesus and Sterling, Haaland cannot come cover for them too. That's just my
Disagree.
thing.
But
Cannot cover for them.
what you're not getting at in the demo, remember I mentioned it. Grealish will
Oh Lord,
produce. He will.
bro. Yeah, yes, he can. Say he can produce.
No.
Like this,
I'm not saying he can.
boss. When
Grealish,
Manchester City
Grealish
signed Grealish, all of us on here. When
listen.
them just signed Grealish, all of us on here said that he was going to produce, and he didn't.
Yeah, that
So
was
we can,
and guess what? In Pep's first season at City, what was Raheem Sterling numbers? What was Leroy Sané first numbers?
no, that's fine. But I'm saying in terms of we on here said that he was going to produce just because we know him quality, and he didn't. So we can come again and say him go produce, and him don't produce. So
And I'm
just say
telling
he can.
I'm sorry that you're
No,
not a betting man,
me not bet,
I'm sorry that you're not a betting man because I
but
kid you not, Jack Grealish will produce this season.
he won't give you Sterling or Jesus numbers. That's all I say.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you, that
Don't
it
have to.
doesn't need to, because Erling Haaland will be scoring a lot of goals.
And what? So when he gets injured, which he will, who is going to
Julian
take up the slack?
Alvarez, that is a
Boss.
monster.
Oh Lord. All right.
Anyway, I think I'm kidding when I talk about these youths. He's a class act.
So Julian Alvarez are gonna give Sterling and Jesus numbers off the bench.
You keep on saying Sterling numbers and this and that, brother.
Because of them gone, boss.
What is Morris for? What is Phil Foden for?
Boss, the guys who leave. I ask if you pull up the stats, I'll know you pull it up for me, But I want to see who are gonna give us those numbers that's just gone out the door. That one. Alvarez is not going to give you that.
Demo, can I add this? Good night, peeps. Because you're asking for the numbers. But guess
yeah,
what?
because I want to know the numbers.
Raheem Sterling's numbers weren't great last season or even the season before.
No, I want to know the numbers.
Yeah, man. 10 goals in 31 games and 13 goals in 30 games for the past 2 seasons.
No,
that's
more on GA. More on GA.
Sir, you asked for goals. Me give you goals.
No, I asked for numbers. GA, goals and assists.
But guess what? We're talking about goal scoring.
No, you are talking about goal scoring. I'm talking about GA. That's why I said numbers.
I was listening to the stream.
So last season it was 30 Premier League games, 13 goals, and that's what, 6 assists.
So that's 19 goals in goal involvement. That's a Sterling, right?
In Premier League.
Yeah, in the Premier League. And Jesus.
All right, so give me a second to find Jesus, because I was just looking at Raheem Sterling overall. It also stated about Champions League, where he played 12 games, 3 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah,
Gabriel Jesus was 8 goals last season and 9 goals the season before. Mediocre numbers. Anybody can
give me the GA level.
Score them goals there.
Give me the GA. Yeah, because so that's 19 for Sterling. Yeah, so that's 19 for Sterling. Alvarez is not coming to give us that. I can guarantee you, as much as Levon watch him and I don't, him not going to give you 19 goal involvements for the season with Sterling.
Alvarez can give you half of what? Half of what Gabriel Jesus gave, right? And Erling Haaland will give you twice what Raheem Sterling did. So it's
That's what
simple.
I'm putting across, and that's what
Simple
Demon are getting.
maths.
So for
Now,
Gabriel Jesus was what 28 games, 8
Mm-hmm.
goals and what 9 assists.
Look at that. You see them numbers there? That's what I talk about.
Yeah, Demo,
That's
but you're
not
still,
easily
Demo,
replicated.
you're still not getting what you're saying, Demo. In spite of that, last season City were basically dependent on these guys because they didn't have a center forward. This time around, they have a center forward, so the center forward will take up bulk of the goal scoring, so they won't be over reliant on those players out on the wings to actually provide those numbers. And then again, as I said, it's my personal belief.
Yeah, say that.
My view is that Jack Grealish will produce this season.
All right, boss. All right. All right.
But Shakes, what do you think about City's business based on how they got rid of and how they signed?
Well, good night again, peeps. Yeah, I was listening to the conversation. Man City, clearly, they're going to start as favorites. You know why? Because clearly they have the best up and coming number 9 in the world, right? If you take out Benzema and Lewandowski out of football, it's simple. Erling Haaland is next. Give me Erling Haaland over Mbappe, right? In terms of scoring a goal. Let me point this out, right? It's well known that Erling Haaland is one of my favorite players, right? Unfortunately, he's gone to my bitter rivals, right? It's ridiculous that Manchester United allow this youngster to actually get to the blue half. But anyway, we're not really going to be biased. We're going to analyze it objectively. Guess what? If you move from a Dortmund team, right, where you're scoring a ton of goals, and really and truly, there were so many games where Haaland was scoring 2 goals per game, right? Now, if you put somebody who really and truly has pace, physicality, and power, and he is able to use the left foot, the right foot, he has deceptive pace. Deceptive pace. Everybody need to know that he has deceptive pace. Because people think that he's just a big man that can't really move on the football field, but he has deceptive pace, right? And he has shown that in the Champions League for seasons now because he has an exceptional record in the Champions League when it comes on to goal scoring to the games that he has played. But yes, when you think about it in terms of all the chances that were created, I not when discuss who never produced a Man City. If you want to be high on Jack Grealish, yeah, no problem. But guess what? It can't get any worse than what he did last year, unless you're gonna tell me that he gets some crucial injury, because he would have had a season in the Pep Guardiola system, and we all know that. Guess what? Many times when players come into the system, it doesn't work out well for them. He did the same thing with Phil Foden. When many persons were saying why Pep not playing Phil Foden, because you could see his quality. But guess what? He basically phased him into the team. Same thing people can argue in terms of a Jack Grealish. But guess what? Just in terms of the rest of the quality that is in the squad, Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva, if he remains there, Kevin De Bruyne, right? Riyad Mahrez. Man City created so many chances last season, and they weren't playing with a center forward, right? And when you think about it, Haaland is not just a center forward, he's a striker and a forward. He's a combo, right? He can literally play anywhere up top. So it means that he is going to be a predator. He's going to score goals out from far, right? And he's going to be able to beat many defenders. I know that people might tell me that okay, the German league different from the English league and all of that, but guess what? I don't see why Erling Haaland going to come to England and do any worse than the players that have gone. I can put it out there right now that Raheem Sterling scored 13 goals and 10 goals for the past 2 seasons. Erling Haaland will score more than 23 goals. Easily. when I say easily, guys, I'm willing to bet 100,000 right now. What I can literally take it out. I have it right here beside me. I can just lay it out if you don't want me count it out. I am willing to
Advertise
bet
before them grab it.
100,000 that he scores more than Raheem Sterling's number for the past 2 seasons in the EPL alone, right? Because that man, listen, you see, service. Man City has never been devoid of service. I believe everybody can agree with that. Sergio Aguero used to score goals. The midfielders used to score goals. So if you have a man that is dedicated to goal scoring, why you think him not going to score at least 25 goals? Unless you're going to tell me that, okay, he's going to be injured for half of the season or majority of the season. But that's the only thing that somebody could argue against Erling Haaland. In that, he's going to have some catastrophic injury where we're not going to see him for most of the games. But barring that, once you remove that, the man will score. Listen, put him down for the Golden Boot winner easily from now, right? As I said, Man City has never been devoid of service. And lastly, as it pertains to Kalvin Phillips, because I heard Devin talking about him and raving about him. Listen, I'm not gonna rave about him because you can be a big fish in a very small pond, right? So we know that his quality was there for Leeds, but Leeds don't really have much quality. So I prefer to see him playing for the Man City team, and I don't even know if he's necessarily going to be a starter. He's going to be coming off the bench, right? So I wouldn't necessarily be so high on his season this year. Probably the next season. If I'm to pick between two, Kalvin, you went with Grealish. If I'm to pick between who is likely to produce more this season or just have the better season, I would probably go with Jack Grealish, just because he has been around the system and know exactly what Pep wants. Kalvin Phillips will be there, and he will be trying to integrate into the system. Remember, Pep always try to phase out people. It's the same thing with Fernandinho when he bought Rodri, right? He's always trying to phase out people, get them trying to implement his tactics so that whenever they come in, anybody that comes into that team, really and truly, is like you're playing against the first team.
Who you saying would have phased out in this case then? You saying my phase out Phillips?
No, man, no.
Oh.
I'm saying no. I was pointing out that
I don't get the phase out point.
Pep normally phase out people to integrate. But when you think about it, I'm saying that Fernandinho is the one that's going to go. But I don't see Kalvin Phillips just walking into this Man City team and starting over Rodri.
Oh no, yeah, probably no.
Yeah,
I started over who?
Rodri.
Oh, okay. I got
you.
Yeah,
and also Pep has never been somebody that plays with two defensive midfielders. So unless he's gonna change that all of a sudden.
Although, for me personally, I don't think Kalvin Phillips is really a holding midfielder. I'm mostly Kalvin as a box-to-box mid, but hey, that's me. Ryan, what going?
I'm good. Just got in, so can jump on now.
All right, we're thinking about City transfers, so we can run on to the next team.
City transfer so far has been good. They got the number 9 that they want. Let us see how he does in terms of getting the goals and linking up with the players and all that. Because Pep system, you need like a year at least to learn this system. So I won't, if Haaland come in and don't get 20 goals this season in the league, I won't say, oh, Haaland come in and flop. That would be harsh. You need time to learn the system and all of that. Last season, Grealish was the one who was learning the system. This season, I expect Grealish to be better. That excuse where Grealish is concerned is gone right now. So this season, he has to kick on. I hear Sheikh speaking about Kalvin Phillips. Kalvin will also be one of them who have to learn the system. I expect him to get minutes because there's a lot of minutes to go around in City. I also agree with you in terms of Pep not playing a double pivot. Was it you who said it or Shakes, by the way?
Shakes.
No, Yeah, I was saying
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Pep
okay,
doesn't
yeah.
usually
But
play with that.
but what I agree with Levon with is that Kalvin is not a typical DM. So Kalvin might can play from the right or the left or whatever it might be in a back in a three midfield three. You don't know what will happen. You don't know what will happen when subs come on as well. We have 5 subs now. So Pep might want to go defensive. He might be leading a game 1-0 against a Liverpool or somebody else who have that stature. Or in a Champions League, he might be leading 1-0 and he want to close it down a little bit and then put on Kalvin in it in a midfield three or something. You never know. But I expect him to get a lot of minutes though, because there will be a lot of minutes to be shared, especially with 5 clubs around now. So I think that they have covered their bases in terms of the positions. The only thing that they might need right now is a left back. So
In which they're in the market for.
yeah, but they are being rejected for as
No,
well.
Cucurella and in transfer request, man. So what do you think? Brighton for free up the bird.
Okay, so it might cut from 50 to 40 now then.
Yeah.
So make us see what happens there. So, but yeah, City they have done well in terms of the market. They got a better backup goalie, even though they lost one to Southampton, which is a good move for him because I think he needs first team football. So yeah, I think they have done well in terms of their bases. They said that Cole Palmer will be coming in for Sterling. So, really special enough to step up, as I said before. So, yeah, I think City will be okay.
All right. In terms of the next challenger, that will be Liverpool. Look at what they have done in this transfer window. Let's get to it quickly. I might take it.
Liverpool.
Hold on a sec, man. I'm just going to
Oh,
name the business because I haven't started talking about it as yet. So,
okay. I thought you mentioned.
they brought in Darwin Nunez for 86 million euros, pounds, yeah, pounds. Fabio Carvalho and Calvin Ramsey. In terms of outgoings, they have sold Sadio Mane to Bayern, Nico Williams to Nottingham Forest, Mina to Monaco, Grich to Porto permanently, Ben Davis to Rangers, Origi on a free, Ojo on a free, Woodburn on a gone to Preston on a free, Karius has been released, and Reese Williams is to Blackpool. Demo, still there? All right, so Demo apparently not there. So look at what they have done. It will be a huge miss in terms of Sadio Mane because a lot of people would say that he's arguably the best player. Even when Salah was doing his thing, people said that he was the one that had the team ticking. Brought in Darwin Nunez and all of those stuff. But what's up with you again, Ryan? When you look at what they have done and who they have brought in to replace Mane, do you think that it's an I wouldn't say upgrade because it wouldn't be really an upgrade, but what do you think of what they have done?
Well, Klopp seems as if he's changing it up a bit in terms of he might amend the system somewhat in terms of, he has a true number 9 now. So the system might be a little bit different in terms of the playing style. It might be the same gegen press, but with a difference. Gegen press with a twist, you never know. So I think that he might, coaches tend to do that every year or every 2 years because they don't want to become stale or want other teams to figure out them style and have them figured out and all of that. So you kind of have to change it up every season or every other season. So I think this is where he is right now, and especially with bringing in Darwin Nunez. I don't know how much goals he's going to get either, but it might also be one of the situations where you might need time to gel, need a full season to gel and to understand the system or something like that. I don't know yet. Remains to be seen. But you can also see that Klopp is planning for the future with Fabian Carvalho, Harvey that will get more games now and so forth. So the younger players, the Curtis Jones of the world and so forth, will come in and get more games. He also has a decent backup for Trent. I think this guy might be better than Nico, remains to be seen, don't know yet. But he has a good backup now for Trent. Him now really have to take Joe and put over there in the right back position that much. Also remains to be seen. But yeah, I think he has his base covered as well. Um, the bench, he has a decent bench. Um, he got rid of some players that he may have wanted to gotten rid of and got good money for some of them. So I think Liverpool right now will be okay, but I expect them to play a little bit different. So for me, Liverpool and Man City still top two.
All right. Liverpool man, tell me about what you thought about your guys' window.
All right, yeah, sorry about that. Maybe have an emergency. All right, so here's the thing. If you're in the Liverpool space, you're going to hear a lot of people complaining about not having a midfielder. Now, me, I personally think that Liverpool squad is fine. People are going to complain about the quality of midfielders because we have a bunch. Quantity is there, like probably 9 or 10. Yeah, but the space is complaining about the quality. So after Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, you have the navigator Curtis Jones, James Milner, Oxlade Chamberlain, and Harvey Elliott and these guys. So it's like they're saying that we need an attacking midfielder to carry the ball forward, blah 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 blah. For me, the only issue that I have with the squad is the unknown, which is Darwin Nunez. I think obviously Klopp is trying to change the way how we play. In terms of using a number 9, I don't know how it's going to work. I mean, Klopp has done it before, the Lewandowskis of this world and blah blah blah. So obviously he knows how to do it. Losing Sadio Mane was a big deal in terms of what Sadio Mane represents for Liverpool. He get a lot of big goals and all of that. But if people really observe Mane last season, he was atrocious at the start of the season. And people are gonna act like say, oh, would he lose Mane? And he was this great thing and rare. He was on the decline. Yeah? It was not until he started to play the number 9 role and Luis Diaz started to play left wing that Sadio Mane started to get the goals right after the Afghan thing and blah blah blah. He started to get goals for Liverpool and stuff like that. So for me, Nunez coming in, he might replace Sadio Mane. I don't know how many goals he's going to get because again, this is another striker that personally I don't rate. What I do rate, however, is my manager, and he hardly gets transfers wrong. I mean, you can point out Karius and probably other one and two, but he hardly gets transfers wrong, and so me go trust him and not necessarily the baller. Yeah, so whatever happens, and me just take it. So I'm not the biggest Darwin fan. Everybody is saying it's going to be Nunez versus Haaland and this guy. Listen, Mohamed Salah is still in the Liverpool team. I don't understand why people think say Nunez are going to just come and take away all the Salah goals. Salah is guaranteed. Yeah, that is what we know. So he's going to be guaranteed. We have backups now in terms of the younger players, Elliott and stuff. Diaz is there, and people seem to forget that we still have Jota in the team as well, because Jota is also somebody who is going to bang goals once he's fit. And so I think that where say?
Which part?
Which power?
Which part of my bang them goals though? Where am I get game time from?
Where am I gonna do what?
Where is he going to get that game time from?
Game time, boss.
Just all the time. Just all the time.
Boss, first of all, this Premier League season has 5 substitutions, so that are even better. So
yeah.
we know.
You're going to mention about the 5 sub. You could have 5 sub from now till next year. You're not going to make those subs really.
What do you mean?
So what are you?
And it's all going to be about rotation, and Jota will be fine. I mean, he got what 13 goals last season, and he never started every game. So it is like I think Liverpool will be fine. The backup for Trent is really vital. Ramsey, I know Ryan mentioned him earlier. He's a little bit better than Nico, as in he can use both feet. So he can
cross.
cross.
Then I stop disrespect. Calvin Ramsey is not better than Nico Williams.
Boss, listen
Really?
to me. Listen. As a Liverpool fan,
bro, not content about
listen to me.
Liverpool fan. Me
Listen
watch
to me,
this youth as a Aberdeen player. Me know him from Aberdeen days, and about Liverpool this and that.
brother.
I have seen both of them.
How
And
often
judging this,
how often you watch Nico Williams play football?
often do I watch him? I can
Yes,
judge him based off what I last seen. And the last time that I
and I
saw
am
him,
telling you, may I watch Nico Williams from a youth come up.
I've
The
been watching
man
him
is
from
not
this too.
better. The man,
What I saw from Fulham days, what I saw of him at Fulham is better than what they give me for
all
last season.
right, so all right, fine, that's your opinion. But as a Liverpool fan, Calvin Ramsey is better than Nico Williams. It's not by a wide margin, but Calvin Ramsey can use both his both feet. Him can turn the ball upon him left. It look easy, like him just cross the ball and I box with him left foot. And he's also miles better ahead of Nico Williams defensively. Nico Williams can't really defend. So I think that backup is good. And Trent are gonna need the rest. I don't know if Klopp is going to do it, but he's going to need, because you can see at the back end of the season, people start tail off because of how much minutes they might go play, how much minutes they played. So I think that cover will be good. Obviously, we have Simicas to cover Robertson, and we have the 4 best centre backs in the league. So it is what it is. So we'll get there and see. We'll not talk about predictions.
Centre back in terms of squad members.
Yeah.
In the league. Not the 4 best centre back 1, 2, 3, 4 in the league.
No. The 4 best centre backs in terms of squad. Yeah, I'm correct myself. So yeah. We're not talking about which power we're gonna finish it, but I think that Liverpool will define with the squad that we have. I actually think that we're better than Manchester City in terms of the squad.
Go ahead, David.
So while Deem has some reservation about Nunez, I'm big on Nunez, right? Because at Benfica last season he played off 41 appearance, got 34 goals. I know Benfica is not up there in terms of the quality of league as compared to the EPL, but he has shown that he can score goal in the Champions League also, where the competition is deemed to be of a higher level. Not deep in comparison to the Dutch league. The Champions League is a higher level. So, and he proved that he can score goal there as well. So it's gonna be more difficult to score goal for a league season, a higher league, like week in, week out, what is expected. But I have no doubt that he will do so. And if you look at history, like the last year, well, there may be no positive correlation to this, but last time Liverpool had a Uruguayan striker did well there in terms of Suarez. This man will come there and do well as well.
Hello, dude.
No.
Don't try and make no correlation, Devin. Dude,
like I said, there's no positive correlation. There's no
just say Chad Suarez with Nunez.
Yeah, and the backup in terms that they get from Fulham, it seems like it's a click with Liverpool, or like
No man, Aberdeen.
Oh, where they get this guy?
Carvalho.
Carvalho. Yeah.
Right. They have a thing where like they love to rate Fulham, So when they go, they went there and get Elliott, and there I think with Elliott they had to pay some record sign for them. So, and then there was some little controversy there in terms of the compensation fee for them. So they went and get him from Hurley now, so there's no form of controversy, which is good.
But a quick second, Elliott and Carvalho played together at Fulham at any point?
Yeah,
man.
Oh, they come to the academy? Okay, so they know each other's style, all right.
Yeah.
They do.
And as for the outgoing, I would say this, Sadio Mane, he left. But and this is just my opinion. Well, coming from me, naturally, it's my opinion. But the departure of Mane, right, I think will be a bigger miss as comparison to the 2 guys who left from City. Yeah.
Say that again, David.
Yeah, the departure of Mane from Liverpool, a bigger miss as comparison to Sterling and Jesus leaving, man. Mane,
definitely not.
Because and when you look at the relative replacement, yeah.
No, not this version of Mane that left. No.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you, David.
So I stop there. I don't into the long thing. I just say.
Yeah, but may I tell you, as a Liverpool fan who know what's happening, this version of Mane is not a bigger loss than them losing Sterling and Jesus and Zinchenko. No.
I guess we can say it before now. I mean, time will tell if which of us is closer to being right with our prediction. So
All may say is before Sadio Mane moved to that number 9 position.
I get you're saying
From
like at the
here,
beginning of the season.
no, but
Yeah,
here may say no. Before
I'm
him go
listening.
there, so millions of Liverpool fans just say sell Sadio Mane. Like before he moved to that number, he was horrible, boss. The man first touch is like him have on cement in him shoes. Him
Never.
just never have no. Remember, say Sadio Mane had to go and see a psychologist in a boss. That's
But
how
he could
bad
have
the
moved
man
to
they
the
have it.
number 9 and still be bad. So
No,
you have
but
to
I'm
give him props for that.
yeah, that's
Don't?
true. That's
Okay.
true. But I'm saying we got a number 9 now, a natural number 9 to
Right.
play that way. So Sadio Mane wasn't going to play number 9 anymore. He was going to go back to left wing, and we don't want that version of Sadio Mane because now we have Luis Diaz.
All right.
So I'm saying this version of Sadio Mane is not a bigger miss,
All right.
seeing that we got Nunez.
Let me ask you a couple of questions. How many goals Mane scored in the league last year? If
I don't
anybody
know,
can.
probably the same as Jota or
No,
Lico. I
no,
don't
no.
remember.
Like if we can check it out, because remember when Shakes was on earlier, Shakes between Sterling and Jesus a 23 goal Tottenham scored. I think
He
one scored
scored
10 and 13.
Mane
he
had like
scored
11 or
16, he scored 16 goals in the EPL last season.
Oh, Mane,
Correct. He was, I think,
my
the
lord,
third highest scorer
my
or
Jota the
fourth
man
highest
attack.
scorer, something like that.
Jota.
I'm sure Jota had more goals
No,
than
I'm not
Sadio
talking about
Mane.
Jota. I'm talking about Mane. Like,
Yeah, but he scored 16.
so look at that then.
Jota was like a 13 to 15.
Yeah. So as I
Levana
said,
find it. Levana find it.
Yeah, he was
I just had
15.
15.
Jota had
15.
15, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mane at
That,
16.
Mane at
okay.
16.
Yeah.
But remember that Jota was way out front at one point, and that Jota was on about 13
Come on.
thereabouts, and Mane was
Yeah.
Yeah.
about 2.
Jota reached about 10 by December.
Yeah, but Jota got injured. That's how may I say. It's like
No, Dima. But even before he got injured, remember that he came on and he wasn't doing crap in a lot of games. Even you yourself came on here and said it. And then eventually got injured, and then he came back, and then, as you
yeah,
always
but
say, once he plays, he's going to score. However, he doesn't link up well with all the
yeah,
time.
and so that's why for me, even the Nunez thing was such a shock. Because I just think Jota they gonna play as the 9, and he will get the goals. But it is what it is.
All right.
We have a couple more teams to get through because I want to run on to some other things. So, because of the people in the comment section, I say Josh Sheldon, Owen, Adlam, Anthony Henry, Tyrese, Christoph, Fabi Frano, Garth Raymond, who just come Demo, so Demo is a Ducks patient. But they go for everybody.
We need to address. Tell people to stop spread rumors, brother.
It is a truth.
Guard, bro, stop it.
It is a truth. Ducks patient. But Ducks patient and run scared. That's
Oh,
Demo.
Lord.
But people remember to like up the video, man. But let's move on. No, Shakes, when I look at Tottenham, because that's where we're going right now. When I look at them and what they have done in this window, what do you think about them? And let me just go through them quickly. And yeah, so in terms of incomings, they have brought in Richarlison, Yves, Bissouma, Jet Spence, Ivan Perisic, Fraser Foster, and Clement Longley. In terms of outgoings, they have gotten rid of Bergwijn finally. Cameron Carter-Vickers finally. Jack Clark, who was, they expected a lot of him, but never matriculated. But in terms of who they have brought in, they think that the team that Tottenham has assembled and with the manager that they have stand a chance in this title race.
So to be fair, this Spurs transfer window has been pretty good. If I were to give them a grade based on the type of money that Tottenham usually spends, I'd probably give them an 8 or 9 out of 10. When it comes on to the business that they have done, I believe they have gotten key pieces. Bissouma is a very key piece in terms of in the midfield. You can't want to go to people like Harry Winks in your in your midfield. So getting Bissouma, and we know how well he did for Brighton. I think he's gonna be an enforcer in that midfield along with Hoiberg.
Stick
As
up
you
in. No, just as I mentioned that. I'm really wondering how is Conte going to work with these because knowing him from a taller time back, Bentancur is not going to rub bench. Bentancur is essential to what he does. So who is going to drop in that two-man midfield?
don't be surprised if he shifts out Betancourt to the right.
What right?
To the right of midfield.
No, bro.
There's no
Remember,
right
said
of
they three at the
midfield.
back, so they play a right wing back, and the right wing back is Jet Spence. They brought in Jet Spence,
Yeah, but I think that he might just change his system
He's not going to change it.
That's not
based
happening,
on the
bro.
personnel
Not going
that
to.
he
Shakes,
has got.
Shakes,
Conte,
like he
Conte
do that.
bought a squad to play 4-3-4-3.
Yep.
Well,
He's
if
not
you guys
changing it.
think that, remember, one of his complaints last season was that he really didn't have anybody outside of the 11 that he was working with.
Yes,
Yeah,
to
Um,
play the system.
Right.
To play the system.
but
huh?
Shakes, you're pointing out, yeah, he
To
said that,
play
but
the
it was to
system
play the
that he
system.
wants to play.
But what I'm saying to you now, Shakes, is that you just mentioned them. So you have Bentancur, Højbjerg, and Bissouma.
Yeah,
Of those three players, well, of the first two that I mentioned, which one will give up their spot to Bissouma?
Betancourt.
Who said that somebody going to give up them spot to Bissouma?
Yes, sir. Bissouma got the bench man.
Anything possible, man, have to work for them place.
I mean, rotation, guys. I mean, it's not a matter of give up spot and
It's
rate.
not that
Man,
kind of
the
Demo. No,
different
remember that.
people
Remember
suit
that.
different games.
No, Demo. What I'm saying is based on what Sheikh said. The guy saying that Højbjerg and
And
Bissouma is the
Bissouma.
middle.
Yeah, those are the two I have in
I
terms
don't
of
see
the.
Bentancur dropping.
Yeah, I mean, Bissouma has been in the EPL longer, so you never know. He might just get that nod um, ahead of Betancourt. And when you think about it, Bissouma for me gives more energy. He's more box to box than even Betancourt. So I don't know. He would be my preference. Um,
I know
talking
that I like
about
him.
go again.
I know that I like him.
Oh yeah, yeah. But Levon, listen. There are certain players that I identified for my squad, that would have
I know.
improved my squad. Bissouma
I
was
know.
one of them,
I know.
right?
I know.
And it's not a matter of spending no big money, right? Because clearly that particular team has spent big money, but it's about getting key people for decent prices, right? And that's why I say I would give Tottenham a 8 or 9 out of 10.
Mhm.
Defense, in terms of Longley,
Okay.
yeah, it's okay-ish. I mean, you basically have to see what he can do before you really cast true
Shakes.
judgment.
Shakes. All I will say is okay. We saw him at Barcelona slower league and then it wasn't nothing to write home about. So it's just a okay signing.
Yeah, I know, but you see, I don't want to just write him off from the get-go based on his
Mm.
Barcelona days, right? So as you guys say, let's see what he does half a season or even the full season, right? Outside of that, Perisic for me is probably a substitute because he's up in age.
Alright, and I can bet you the Shakes. Unlike Bissouma, I guarantee you that Ivan Perisic
Will be a
will
starter.
start.
He
First
will start. Will start.
Conte
Boy,
boy, man.
I don't know. I mean, let me tell you.
Remember, Conte had the McIntyre
Conte
now.
like people that will defend, as you say, the wing back style. And Perisic is somebody that is always defending. However, you have to take his advanced age into consideration now, because he's not any young version of himself. So that might be a little hindrance to his game, especially in a quote unquote league that has a faster pace, right? Um, First season, but
Who is
let's
this
see.
Who is this competition? Sessegnon?
Yeah,
Yeah, basically because I might get rid
Okay.
of regular.
Okay, so Perisic will start then.
Yeah.
um, outside of that, who was the other buy again for them?
Richarlison.
Oh yeah, Richarlison. Sorry, I don't know why I forgot his name. Let me tell you something. He's Brazilian, right? And that man is a bug.
Thank you very much.
Another big fish in a small pond. A bright light at Everton, but guess what? He was so consistently inconsistent, right? And still got plaudits at Everton.
I think he's a good signing.
Well, I know. Maybe with better players around him, he will come to the fore. And why I'm adding this is that when he plays for Brazil with the better players, he does well.
Correct.
Right?
But Shakes, what I'm bringing across is the fact that they didn't bought him as necessarily a starter. Because we know Kante love Kulusevski gone to bed. So it's going to start Kulusevski, right? But they needed a backup.
But not only that, I don't think he starts on the right.
Yeah, and then look at it as well. What I'm saying is that I think he more than likely bought him as a backup to Kane because I know that Kane is going to go down injured at some point. So I think that's more a case of that than anything else. And then
and you know, for me, you say that he might be a replacement
at some
for Kane. You say that he might be a replacement for Kane, but I disagree. If Kane gets injured,
hold on, Shakes. Remember what you're going to say, Ryan. Kane is going to get injured.
Kane never get injured last season.
Of course, he did at the beginning of the season.
No,
he was injured up here. Still injured.
Huh?
Remember that he had something going on inside his head.
He was just playing bad. He wasn't in top form. Yeah. But yeah, if he gets injured and not the mental injury, we're talking about the actual physical injury now. I believe that Richarlison being bought is basically you can push Son Heung-min up top, and you can play Richarlison on the left, and you can have Kulusevski on the right. That's his 3-4-3 right there. If Kane is not in the starting 11.
Yeah.
What injury problem Kane have?
He always gets injured at the beginning of the season.
He normally gets injured, Ryan. I mean,
Kane hardly gets injured.
He has had ankle injuries.
Ryan, come on, Ryan.
Basically every season.
Every season.
2 years ago was his last injury.
He has had injury a lot.
Yes, but it is overplayed. I mean, when Kane he has gotten like ankle injury like what, 2 times, 3 times?
3 times, yeah.
In 5 seasons. That's not an injury record to talk about.
Of course. That's 3
in 5 seasons, 3 injuries in 5 seasons.
Yes,
on,
Ryan, you're counting the injuries, but it's not the injuries you must count.
On the games,
actually talk about the time off. When Kane gets ankle injuries, he misses significant time. That you can't argue.
That to me is not anything to talk about.
So a man get injured, right? And he's missing for 2 months of the season. That is not something to talk about.
Yeah, but if I get injured 3 times in 5 seasons, you're going to tell me that I have a bad injury record?
Yes,
this is actually the first me ever hear somebody say Kane have an injury record. Like
I'm not saying he does not have an injury record. I'm saying it is overstated.
No, it's not.
It's clearly
because Ryan, remember, Harry Kane has always been in the running for Golden Boot almost every season, regardless of injury.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying as well. So you agree? Look at Kane. All right, look at Kane.
Him from
the season that Kane missed the champ. Hold on, the season that Kane almost missed the Champions League final. He played 29 games that season, scored 18 goals. So he missed 9 games, which is 2 months. The other seasons before that, look and tell me which season he don't play 30 games in. So which is why I'm saying to you, that Kane's injury record is overstated.
Sheikh is actually answering to your question, Ryan.
2018, 2019, 2019, 2020. And
no, don't Tell me how much games he play.
In 2016, 2017, he played 30. You asked for all the ones that were below 30. I gave you 30 and below just now, which is why I'm saying 3 out of the 5 seasons, we're not arguing that in a Ryan, right? But for a man to have an injury, a significant injury where you miss key parts of your season, right? That is an injury record.
So if you're a striker, you're 30 league game.
All right, so Ryan, let me ask you this question. This is the striker of your team, right?
I'm getting 30 league games from my striker.
Hold on, boss. The main man, you depend on this man to score everything for you, right? No, he misses 21 games in 3 seasons. You don't have a problem with that?
That's 7 games per season. That's nothing to play football about.
Yeah, you know why it is? You know why it is, Ryan? Because really and truly, Tottenham only playing for one thing. The EPL. Them not play for nothing else. So that is key. Remember, you know, their objective was to finish.
Lewandowski get more injured than Kane.
Go again?
Lewandowski get more injured than Kane. I don't want to hear people say, Lewandowski.
No way.
Guess what I'm talking about now?
Lewandowski.
No, in terms of numbers, maybe not in terms of games missed, but in terms of numbers of injured.
Yeah, but Ryan, remember I just stated that we are not counting the injuries, as in the number of injuries. We actually counting how much time he has missed. So even if Lewandowski get injured, Lewandowski not missing 2 months in a season.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
There is no way I can average my striker average 33 games a season. I'm saying we have an injury record. That's ridiculous.
Ryan, it is because of his injury record why Harry Kane has not averaged more goals in a season.
Correct.
We can move on.
All right, so you know what? Dima, you want to say something?
No, but he just want, like, if we could just pull it up. Because the season when they met the Champions League and him be injured for the time, how much games him did miss? And come back to play against Ajax.
But I said 2019, 2020, I think he missed around 15 or 16 games thereabouts.
Like the man has an injury record, but that first year somebody said
28 games in the EPL, right?
28.
So he played 40 games that year, and then 34 the next season.
All right, so you know what? Let me run on quickly because I really want to get the top 4 predictions, so I can just run through your side because
yeah.
Come on.
So Arsenal, they've also made some good signings here. I chose to leave out Chelsea because Chelsea hasn't done much, but I'll get to it eventually. But look at Arsenal. They have brought in Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira. In terms of major signings, so yeah, those are the major signings that they have made thus far. What do we think about Arsenal signings? Anybody can take it on.
Decent. I'll just add that. Decent. Coming from that club, decent. Good coach, knows what he's about. Identified the pieces that he wanted, went out and got them. So I'm actually looking for Arsenal to do well this year. I don't know if they'll make it into the top 4, but really and truly, I don't see them finishing less than 5th.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'll give them
I think they've done well in terms of who Arsenal is. They are building for the future, who I think. But I think they'll be a top 4 challenger at best.
Devin, go on now.
No, I was saying I'll give them a B. You know, I'll give them a letter, a B based on them. I like, you know, I like it in transfer. I like when like a coach get a player with him know from before. You know what I mean? Like when he was working with him at a format at a previous team and just bring them to the team that they're at now. So like when he gets, I think he would work with Zinchenko. So Vieira adds a lot to and Jesus for us.
Zinchenko and Jesus. Remember that you work with both of them.
Right. That would have been a good fit. I like that. Somehow I just like that in football when a coach go for them because like you'd have known the players and you'll go get what you want, you know. So I think they will do well. Top 6 at least. So yeah.
All right. Demo?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everybody. I think that they're going to do well. I think that the signings were shrewd signings, but somehow I still believe that the key to Arsenal making the top 4 this season is going to be, Kieran Tierney and Tomiyasu staying fit. I
And
mean, I
Chelsea,
know, and I know they got Zinchenko, and that is awesome, which I think why one of the reasons why Mr. Them are gonna do well, because Turney just can't stay fit, and obviously Zinchenko is the backup and he can play in midfield if necessary. I don't know what happened to this party thing, but he's also somebody who's supposed to come good for Arsenal at some point, if in case if you don't know about in case or whatever. So I'm expecting Arsenal to do well. So yeah, we'll see.
All right. I have one thing to say about them though. I think they made a mistake. I mean, you said Zinchenko was a good signing, but if I were them, I would have gone for the youth that Brentford signed instead, Aaron Iki, because they were linked to him earlier. Reason why, as you just mentioned, they have a problem at left back. They also have a problem at right back in terms of both of their fullbacks staying fit. This youth is two-footed and is very good.
but who
Actually,
tell
this
us?
one,
But who tell us that Arteta don't want somebody who can play 2 positions?
go again.
Maybe Arteta wants somebody who can play 2 positions, which is why I went for Zinchenko.
Yeah, but this man can play two positions.
No, I mean in terms of not right back and left back. I mean in terms of midfield and left back.
That is what I'm going to go to now. Aaron Iki can do it as well. He can play left midfield, right midfield. He did it for Bologna.
Yeah, but Zinchenko used to the league already and thing.
No, but what I'm trying to say now is that since as you have an injury history with both of your fullbacks, I think you would have been a perfect fit and you would have come cheaper than Zinchenko. That's just my thing. But that's something that decent for them. They got rid of Krapazet, Guendouzi, and Mavropanos. That was it. But Chelsea now, Chelsea they signed Raheem Sterling and they paid a huge chunk for 31-year-old Kalidou Koulibaly. In terms of outgoings, I can just run through that then get her and take. They got her there for, Rudiger left on a free, Christensen on a free, Jake Clark out on a free, Charlie Musson on a free, Dan Drinkwater on a free, Lukaku gone back home, Tino Angerin and Ian Matson. And let us point out that Ian Matson actually scored the winner today for Burnley. He did so for Vincent Company in his first game in charge in the championship.
He
So
played a left back.
correct. So yeah, he scored the winner. But Ryan, what do you think of your teams?
Chelsea, I think they're making some bad decisions in the window. That same Madsen would have kept him as a backup for Chilwell. For me, Alonso should have been gone. Aspilicueta wants to leave, I should let him leave. He's 33 this month, next month, I think, whatever it might be. 33 soon. You should try to refresh the team and get rid of some of the older guys them who want to leave. The defense here will get a good buy in terms of Koulibaly. Silva is 1 year older. I think I heard today that it was us who messed up with the Jules Conde deal.
Can I point out one thing quick? Boy, another transfer industry, my brother, not take more hell than Satan, you know.
Yeah.
You rough pound, man. Rafina,
Yeah.
Kunde, Chacha.
No, we give ourselves that L. If what is said is true, we give ourselves that L with Kunde. I think it's going to be a rough. Right now, it looks like it's going to be a rough season for Chelsea. We might not even make top 4 as it is. As me, I look at it right now, I don't get the vibe that Chelsea might make top 4. It looks rough to me right now. We need to do some outgoings in terms of the top. In terms of man like Werner and Ziyech, who else up there we might need to leave. Maybe 3. I mean the top end of the field kind of very shaky and need to be refreshed. Because we need a number 9. I'm not so certain that your boy from Germany, can give us the goals that we might need all the time and consistently enough.
Yeah, because the man is not a number 9, so when I play him as number 9, the man is a secondary striker.
Exactly, which is why I'm saying I don't think we can get the goals regularly from him. Unless it is that Sterling go and come in and score 20 and Mount go and come in and give a 15. That is the only way I think it can match out.
Right, let's use up Broja.
I don't think Havertz, Broja, yeah, that's an option. Yeah, but I don't think Havertz can give me 15 in the league.
Well, I have a suggestion for you. Just give me $20 million and take the man with a create records over my side. Simple.
Yeah, but if I do that now, that means a Mount going to score 5 goals in the league. Mount going to score 5 goals. Havertz going to score 3.
Easy. When I take him off a penalty duty.
No, everything just going to be about him, and I don't. And I'm going to slope the attack, and I don't want that for him. So, unless it is that they are going to play in such a way where the goals are spread across, I don't see it happening for Chelsea, and I'm not convinced that Tuchel is going to get them to play better attacking wise. Yeah, we might concede few goals, but I don't get the impression that we are going to go in games and win 3-4-0. It might be a 1-0, 2-0, 1-0 kind of thing.
All right, Shakes, you're about the system. Go ahead.
Yeah, big up Jason. Let me add this. For me, Thomas Tuchel, right, has never been a league coach. That's for me. I don't know if anybody else is of that view, but I believe that Thomas Tuchel is a cup coach, right? Because when you're in a cup competition, it's easier for you to manage your squad. So technically, you're using a smaller squad because you're just playing a cup game. When you have to go through the entire season, for me, he's just always discombobulated, right? And worse, he does not have all the pieces that he believes he's supposed to have.
Not to cut your Shakes, but just one thing, like what Shake said a while ago, Levon, just do one thing for me. This season when he won the league with PSG, tell me how much he won it by. Let me see how good him did do that year.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you.
Go again?
I agree with you in terms of I don't think he's a great league coach.
Oh, okay.
I want to see what he did that season when he won with.
So I was going to, as in my last part of that was, I'm gonna kind of agree with you where you're kind of pulling down in terms of where you see Chelsea finishing this season. I'm probably going to say the same thing. Because they're just not settled up top. And if you're not settled up top, it means that you're going to be short on goals. And if you really want to challenge, as in the 2 from last season, you're really going to need the goals. Then when you think about Tottenham and the buys that they have done, you expect them to be there or thereabouts with a 3rd or 4th. So for me, Chelsea could slide down. So could they finish 3rd, 4th, 5th? I would probably say 4th or 5th.
Right, so stick up in. I'm not seeing the stats, but I just know that the year that they won the title, he won it with 6 game weeks in hand.
So how much points him get?
That's what I'm looking for. I ain't seen pop out as yet. But continue, guys. Continue, Shakes. Finish up.
Oh well, no, that was just it. As I said, I just don't see him doing well with that Chelsea team in the league. New owners, so guess what? The objectives clearly might change. Especially because they're going to want to integrate themselves as owners amongst the fan base, right? So you don't want to come and seem like you have this iron fist and this axe where you're just ready to chop, right? So even if they don't do well, he might probably still be there going forward in terms of another season.
But the other thing that new owners normally do, Shakes, They normally come in and see a coach and say, "Oh, this is not my guy."
All right,
get
so
their
I actually found it.
Yeah, but there's no way they were going to they're going to let him go.
No, I mean, if him have a rocky season, they might do that.
All right, guys, let's speed it up a bit, man. I really need to get to the prediction. So, they were just won the league with 68 points. That's poor, very poor.
Yeah.
From
How much they
27
won?
from 27 games. So 68 points from 27 games.
That was the COVID year.
Yeah, so they won 22, draw 2.
No, man, that's poor. That's a 2.5 points per game, which means your average, you almost reach
Yeah, it was
95
just okay.
No, man, that's 95 points for the season. That's very good.
Or you're so sure that you will have gotten that?
No, I'm saying on he's averaging that towards
Right.
that.
Well, let's move on. Next team that we're going to look at quickly is Man United. Actually, even though people might be questioning about this transfer window, but I'm kind of happy. You know why? A lot of virus has gone. First up, Shakes would agree with me. That man that just all he does is just go in the hair salon every weekend, and that's about it. They finally got rid of him. Finally, in ages, they have finally gotten some money on a player. They sold Andres Pereira to Fulham for £10 million. Happy about that, the preseason period. They got rid of Matic, Lingard, Cavani, Mata, and the Saints on loan. Alvarez Fernandez on loan. Lee Grant retired as well. So good from there. In terms of incomings, they brought in Lisandro Martinez. Yeah, they might pay the welcome for him. They brought in Tyrell Malacia from Feyenoord, and they also got Christian Eriksen free. Quickly, because we're not going to waste any time on here, and we can talk about Ten Hag as well. So I'm just going to let the two United man talk, and I'm just going to bring in Jason quickly. So Jason, go ahead.
Well, of course, there's a lot of I mean, would I say I'm satisfied with the transfer window as it is now for United? I wouldn't say so. There's still a lot of improvements to be made. What I will say for the outgoings is that it's difficult. It's difficult to read the outgoings because of the big wages that they're on. So much underperforming players. So it's really difficult to move them on from a United perspective. But we have done well in a sense that we have moved away from extending those who have or offer them a new contract who has gone and are free. People thought that I was celebrating his injury, but in reality, Pogba in recent years has spent a lot of time on the hospital bed. And you realize after first came to
Juventus, you know, business what I'm them over there. What business?
So, but I'm just showing you that could have been our reality. We could have been going into this season saying, "Oh my God, Pogba injured again." So, it's a breath of fresh air to get that done. The Ten Hag will find it difficult to cope with the two sagas that has really made it difficult. Giving him a difficult start to his season. That is the CR7 saga and the Frankie de Jong saga. Tomorrow marks 12 weeks since we've started this whole negotiation with Frankie, with Barcelona, who I consider the worst club in the world right now. But that is for another day. And CR7, who knew from when that United weren't going to qualify for the Champions League, but he left it until this late to actually communicate that he wants to leave. But so, I mean, aside from that, there are certainly promising signs to what United is trying to achieve. They say that we're building around a system. You see the coaches on the ground. Ten Hag is really trying to put his stamp on this new look United. But I think we are still maybe 2 to 3 quality signings away from actually making a stamp for Champions League qualification as it is right now.
All right. You know what? I'm just going to just bypass this. Shakes, you want to say anything about it?
Oh yeah, that crazy comment just a while ago. A man really thinks me could have really talked about a man that I used to beat on air, stating that a coach used to play him for industry. Industry, no brethren.
Yeah, you said it.
Jose Mourinho used to play Jesse Lingard for industry. That's it. The man has zero quality. Come on.
Akil, just find back it up, Akil. That's what you do out here, Akil. Just find it.
But anyway, can't mean to pull up that comment, level one. But anyway, let me just I'll touch on one thing Jason said in terms of how many signings we are away from really competing. I disagree with him. I think we are more than 3 signings away. I think we are 5 signings away, right? Not only that, when you actually think about giving Harry Maguire the captaincy, oh my God, like I literally have a headache right now. And guess what? I don't want my head to explode, so I'm not going to talk about the
Although
captain.
I disagree on that still because it's neither here nor there. I don't think it's a big deal with captaincy and all that. I
Yeah,
think
it is.
these guys are professionals and they
Nah, man,
don't
it
need.
is. Levon,
Bro,
no.
bro, all right, let me ask you this question. When you know what, let me even turn it into a Man United debate because it will go on and go on and go on. So I'm
No,
not
no,
gonna
no.
I just
It
leave.
won't. It won't. But let me add this. For me, your captain in any team, especially football, is somebody that you must look up to. It must be somebody that is going to be exemplary on the field majority of the time. Not all the time, you don't need to be perfect. However, your display must be for a season at least 7 to 8 out of 10. So you must be up there. You must be giving me at least 80% good for the season
Who
as a
said the squad don't
captain.
look up to him though?
Go again?
Who said the squad don't look up to him? I'm just saying, Gerard come in, take the armband off of Mings and put it on to
Again.
Magin. And Ten Hag come in and don't take it off of Maguire. So there must be a reason why I'm doing that.
No, there's a difference though.
Tell me different.
Remember that
thank
Gerard
you.
came in January and saw what these players had to offer. Ten Hag
Yeah,
has
All
seen
right,
it and
all right, fine. That's
and Ryan,
all right.
let me add.
I'll
Let me
accept that. Come on.
Hold
let
on,
me
man.
add this.
What Ten Hag said also is that he said that he has to see them before he decides on
Thank
what to
you.
do.
All right, that is
Thank
true.
you.
All right.
All right. So he said that, and guess what? Sometimes you see when a club, as in the players, have caused the owners to ship out other managers, you don't want to come in and start on the wrong foot. But
All right.
really and truly, I
Okay.
don't think Ten Hag would want Harry Maguire as his captain.
Neither Varane. None of them are good enough.
Neither, because he can't stay fit.
All right, but let's get to the part that I really wanted to get to because I know that they're gonna have to leave soon. So let's call the top 4. We're going to start with the 4th place. So Devin, we have in 4th.
All right. Chelsea.
All right, 3rd.
Spurs.
Just give me a 1, 2, 3, 4 in reversal.
All right. So Chelsea 4, Spurs 3, Liverpool 2, City 1.
All right, Ryan.
Fourth hard for call. For me, fourth is a three-way race. But with Man U, Chelsea.
You are going though, brother. You see right
Ah,
now, I cut short business weapon. So
Control business.
No fencing.
Bridget, you see, because the window don't close, it's so hard right now to call.
no,
Yes,
man.
as it is.
We're given a chance to review it in about
Yeah,
right.
Okay, we went to review.
A
All right,
spot
we went to
change
review. All
argument
right,
can be.
so for right now, I am going to put. They're going to put Arsenal at 4th for some reason. Tottenham 3rd, Liverpool 2nd, City 1st.
Wow.
All right, Shakes.
I'm going to go with Chelsea 4th, Tottenham 3rd, Liverpool 2nd, Man City 1st.
All right, Jason.
For me, I'd say Chelsea 4th, Tottenham 3rd, Liverpool 2nd, City to win the league.
You know, this now looks all right. So much people.
All right, so you realize what I did? I specifically left this man for last. So Demo, go ahead.
Demo.
Yo, something wrong with the boys. We're just like giving predictions. Everybody gave their predictions. I'm just giving mine. All right. So first of all, I don't know why we didn't start at 6. I don't know why we don't come with Europa League and them.
No, man. We just had the top 4 now.
Yeah.
Europa, man.
It's fine. So for me, I think Arsenal will finish 4th. I think Chelsea are in too much turmoil right now at this point. I have Tottenham finishing 3rd. Actually, they're going to be a part of the title challenge for a while, but they just won't have enough
As
to
usual.
finish drink. I think the signings has been awesome, and the
See
coach
what's
them have
coming.
is a serial winner. And I have Manchester City finishing
I
second.
start coming.
Of course.
And not only will they be finishing second, but you can click this up. Liverpool will actually wrap up the league by February. So you can write that down. Liverpool will win the league this season, and they
Alright, hold
will
on,
have
hold
the
on,
league
hold on, hold on,
wrapped
hold on,
up.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Boss, you don't need to put me by. Yo. All right. Liverpool will have the Premier League wrapped up by the end of February. You heard it here first on Sports Frenzy, and it's not a bias, a Liverpool bias or anything like that. Liverpool will win the league by February. So you can take me off of the screen, boss. And
Yeah,
and
Say
and
man.
something
and
quickly.
and, and for the people who actually have followed the thing, they will understand why Liverpool will wrap up the league by February.
Can I add something quickly, Levon?
Sure.
Yeah. The league will and cannot be wrapped up by February with a World Cup in November. Madness. Continue.
No. That's his prediction.
What World Cup have to do is nothing. I don't understand. Explain.
It's all right.
No, it's not all right. Explain, because that don't make no sense.
It's simple.
Bro,
It's
the
going
league
to
can
affect
wrap
the
up by
dynamics of the
February, even
season.
without a World Cup.
Yeah, I'm wheezing.
Why? Why all of you just do a repeat?
Not enough
Why?
games played.
Why? When mean not enough games played? They have a schedule out,
I know.
and the dates are already set for the games.
Yeah. So you're going with all your
When is the
games.
World Cup? That you have to ask. No,
Will
not
30
ask the
games
right
will 30
question.
games
No,
will
not
30
ask
games
the
be
right
played?
question.
Will 30 games be played by February?
How 30 games to play by
Not
February?
after exactly. So you won't get 90 points.
All right.
All
When
right.
time when
So we
you go
can
check
move on.
when you go check the fixtures and stuff, when you get to the
You're
senses.
not getting 90 points, so we can move on.
90 points won't win the league this season, Bob.
Exactly. So you're contradicting yourself.
Ah,
Anyway,
somebody.
like
All
I
right, one of
say,
the
by
moderators.
February the league will be wrapped up by
One of the moderators. Can you block that person, please?
Manchester City will have no chance to catch us by February.
All right, no worry, I'm gonna get it done. I block them. All right, but I'm still in tears, bro. The man said
You
by
don't need to
February.
be in tears. Like all you need to do is just put the fixtures together, Manchester City and Liverpool, and you'll see it eventually. But don't worry, you heard it here
Ah, man,
first,
at
and it
next
will
time I
come
will.
to pass. Yeah,
Next time
good.
I will. But here what? Since as we were on top four and all those things, let me just run through a team that has been right on the cusp of top four and multiple times. And I'm talking about West Ham. So West Ham have gone out and they have done some good business. They have brought in the scammer, and I mean they really needed that player.
They
Well,
get
not
them?
the same team. Go again?
They get Summer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scammer is a West Ham player.
Right.
From
Yeah,
I
out
from
of
wanna
the
know
loop.
today.
From Wednesday they got him
No, I
on.
saw his name yesterday trending and I never get to read it.
Yeah, man, from Wednesday signed permanently. So they got Scammer
That's
and
some new stuff.
they needed that player. Why? Antonio, man. It and miss, it and miss, it and miss. So they really wanted a striker. They got Skamaka, good signing. And I probably think they're probably hoping that he can do something that their former Italian did for them back in the day. So it would be good for them. But also they have brought in Nayef Agard, a centre back, and they're trying to get rid of Issa Diop. They also brought in Flynn Downs, decent player. Watched him last season in championship. I mean, they were trying to go after this youngster from don't tell a lie. Lille. His name is Amadou Onana. He's a Belgian midfielder as well. He can play box to box because at this point in time they don't really have much faith and trust in Sochek anymore. So yeah, they're trying to get replacement for him. Um,
Really?
they've also brought in. I heard that him and Moise can agree. So yeah. They signed Alphonse Ariola permanently. They got rid of Yarmolenko, Ryan Fredericks, David Martin, and Mark Noble. What do you guys think of them? Top six? Or cannot? Or as a matter of fact, yeah, right. Let me just run around the table. All right, so Dimo, in terms of finishing the top six, which are the two teams you have making it?
Yeah, Chelsea fifth, and I was battling between Manchester United and West Ham for six, but I'm going to put Manchester United there just because they name Manchester United.
All right, Shakes. Which other two we have up there?
In the top 6,
Yeah.
Arsenal and Manchester United. Arsenal
Alright.
5th, Man U 6th.
All right. David.
Same. Arsenal 5th, Man U 6th.
Ryan.
Man U 5th, Chelsea 6th.
All right. Jason.
United 5th. And what do you have? Arsenal 6th. Yeah.
All right. Christoph. No, they haven't signed Kostic as yet. I think it will be a done deal for West Ham, but they haven't signed him as yet from Frankfurt, and that will be another very good signing on that left-hand side for them. So, yeah, they're doing some good business. As for me, I've done a prediction, but once again, I have a Manchester team win the title. Who is it? Of course, the blue one. I have Liverpool finishing surprisingly third this season. Who will finish second? I don't know. I think Liverpool is going to struggle this season.
So, wait. So, with a take like that, why not put yourself on the screen? Why not put yourself by yourself? I don't understand. Bro, like, I don't understand. That doesn't make no sense.
No. In real layman's terms, Dima, it's not really that much of a ridiculous take.
Wait,
It
go back
actually
to
is.
the
It actually
again,
is.
Levon.
All right, I'm City within. I don't have
If
Liverpool
no,
finishing.
let me put it this way. If Spurs finish in the top 2, I would not be surprised.
I would be.
I
Bro,
wouldn't be. I don't have Liverpool finishing second.
and nobody now while up Levon for theme take, and that's a ridiculous take.
Because I'm Levon.
So,
That
okay,
makes
so you have
no
Spurs
sense,
second,
bro.
you have Liverpool third.
No. I never put Spurs second. I don't put anybody there. That's the thing.
That don't make no
No,
sense.
him saying though, no who finished second.
No,
So
but
right
we're
now
not
it could
that
have been
committed.
Nottingham Forest.
No, I couldn't
Right,
put. I had to
Okay.
pick somebody from fourth.
Right now it
It's
could have
right
been
now. It's
Nottingham
right now.
Forest.
Arsenal for second.
All right, that's worse than Spurs.
Bro.
but what I'll say though is that I feel rather optimistic still in a legit. Like I don't remember who was commented in the comment section, but I'm picking my team to finish top 4. I
Does you name
would
it
Liverpool.
up?
I think the top 2 will be Liverpool and City. City 2 in the title, Liverpool second. But I have my team finishing in the top 4.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Go again?
Man said top 4.
So name it top 6. All
Yeah,
of us do.
Top 6 are top. So who you know?
All right, so
This is a joke.
Be your top 6 boss.
all right. City to win, Liverpool second, Spurs third,
Mhm.
Man United fourth, Chelsea 5th, Arsenal 6th.
Okay, all right.
Wow. So Manchester United just automatically become better than Chelsea and Arsenal.
It's not about becoming automatically. Yes, not even if. Yes, when they do it, I want to hear what you will say. Well, otherwise, in terms of the relegation battle now, this is a tough one. So let me just run through the teams down at the low end of the table in terms of ones that people kind of expect to really go back down. So Bournemouth, they haven't really signed anybody. They only signed Ryan Fredericks, former United player. What's his name again? I'm going to forget it. Joe Rathwell. They're on the cusp of signing another player from the Championship, Marcus Tavernier from Middlesbrough. So, yeah,
May have my 3, but me make you go around through them still.
Yeah, man, I'm just going to run through it. And I kind of have a shock in mind as well, but that's it in terms of Bournemouth, and I can't say this off the top of my head. Bournemouth are going right back down.
Let's go.
All right, so yeah, look at the next team, which will be Fulham. In terms of who they have brought in, Joao Paulina from Sporting, Andres Pereira from United, Kevin Mbabu from Wolfsburg, and Manor Solomon from Shakhtar. Once again, I'll say this, they are going right back down. You know why? Fulham is just like Norwich. they're on your side. They come up, go back down. Come up, go back down. No matter what, Sardimo, your boy Wilson cannot save them.
That's
Cannot.
definitely not true, but
Wow.
we make
Who's
it a
that?
bit fun. Bro, I never Harry Wilson there saved them alone last season. I don't understand.
Wilson
Mitrovic
cannot.
also,
No, Mitrovic,
Mitrovic was
Mitrovic is
also
going to
there.
come back into Premier League and do what he does best.
All right, we're not gonna argue, but okay.
How that voice? What going? You're muted.
I wonder, I'm just arise, man, and big up for myself now.
Man, now change jersey to Bombata. What going? Surprise.
Why?
I say you're back over the red side, eh?
Yeah, I'm already telling him once him get out Mr. Press Conference with the full bag of chatting and getting a serious coach who reminds me of Ole about business, ready to go, motivate the troops. Once we get a coach of that stature, I'm back on the train and
Ole.
and
A
10
boy cat Gerard, man. Trying to take a captaincy from Minx.
well,
What?
You're joining at the right time still, Nickums, because I'm on the top 6 right now. So I just wanted to give us your top 6.
boy, no, the league started earlier this season, but last year, quote unquote, them time, we pick a joke top 6 and Leicester may have been a top 4 and all them madness. They have the same mistake twice. So
You want a bet?
huh?
You want a bet?
Already? You want bet on the season? No, a ball no kick boss.
No. I mean it in terms of when we say you want a bet, I mean in terms of just the saying.
Oh, okay. So top 6. Sure. A lot of teams change, City lose a lot of pieces, obviously. A lot of persons, I don't know if I'm talk about it. I'm literally just over my. But lose Raheem Sterling and a lot of persons. Is he a legend or not? That man has been spectacular for Man City. I don't know what's going on over Chelsea right now.
Kems apparently it's not a big miss. Jesus and Sterling is not a big miss. That we hear earlier.
Let's not go back there.
That's madness, right? Obviously, even if Jesus only give, there's a lot more Jesus give than just the goals, in the team. But short. Roll with it, right? So top 6 in no particular order.
No, man. A cutthroat business is on, man.
Cutthroat and the ball the kick it, boss.
Every man.
No man, them say that tentative. It's a tentative top 6.
No, let's go back to it, man.
Right,
But we just have a cutthroat for now.
As a tentative, City, Liverpool.
Yeah, your first and second, right? But
Yeah, no, it's a cutthroat, yeah.
All right, so that's the first and second. I don't know if a 6 happened City.
City, Liverpool, United, Spurs. Arsenal.
See it,
Arsenal. Oh shoot! Damn! Oh shit! We get Chelsea. Oh yeah, Chelsea.
No, you put them the right place. That's 6. We put them to
And Chelsea 6. Yeah, man. Our Chelsea 5th and Arsenal 6. But the top 4, I think the top 4 will be, City, Liverpool, United, and Tottenham.
Alright, so after I made it on the same page, me just flip around the other and say United 4th and Spurs for 3rd.
Yeah, because obviously Tuchel started feeling good. I remember Tuchel came out and said, create a team where nobody don't want to play against. But then now he's saying that he doesn't know what this team is going to look like, and have a whole lot of doubts. I don't know if he's really using reverse psychology. I don't know what he's doing, but obviously, Spurs, spending some money, getting in some players. I'm not underestimating Kante again. No matter how much I dislike him, my personal feelings will not get involved. What that man done for that team, is really, really spectacular. So, I have to give him a top 4 now. Obviously, I like the business-like mentality for Ten Hag. We'll get out some of the quote-unquote divas or some of the guys who really and truly don't want to be a part of Manchester United. So I give them a nod. Obviously, Arsenal will always be Arsenal. No matter who they get, they'll always just be Arsenal. So that's my top 6.
All right. Let me just run through Nottingham first, quick. So Nottingham first in terms of business that they have done. They have brought in Theo Awoni, Nico Williams, Omar Richards, Julian Bianconi, Musa Nikashe, Arito Folo, Louis O'Brien, Brandon Aguilera, Jesse Lingard, Wayne Hennessy, and Dean Henderson. A lot of signings, but Devin, just give me a 3 to go down.
All right. Yeah, and then have a cut. All right. So I think one out of them 3 teams will come up and go stay. And I'm going with Bournemouth to stay up. Forest will go down. Fulham will go down along with Leeds. But I mean,
Leeds?
yeah, I just think they will go.
Leeds have a good win now, you know?
Yep, they lose Phillips and they lose Rafinha. That's my
They had a very good win this season, though.
Super win, do you mean?
I'm saying, I think they will go down.
All right.
That's
That's our word, boss. Respect, man. No say I have to make a run, so big up. All right, so you know what? Right now, I really want to go before we're still in there. Because I have a shot in my own.
No, man, hold your shot, man, that go first. I try to put me one before you.
Reason I have a shot in the wall, so I don't like them man, I know. I have nothing, I must stay up still in there.
Yeah, no, you like
That's that.
All right, but one other team. Should I just run through the rest of the teams in terms of transfer? Because yeah, now got to create a long.
So. Not really. I could just do it to 3 will go down.
All right, so I'll start with Jason. Go ahead.
For Dean Henderson will keep up Nottingham Forest, just like he did with Sheffield. That is no questions about it. So, Championship, Mitrovic will go down. And Bournemouth, after how they treated Ethan Laird last season, will also go down. But my third team to join them is literally, for the last 3 seasons, literally been the worst team in February, March, and April, and that is Southampton.
Southampton had a great window too.
Yeah, they did. But,
So
go ahead, man. Finish it.
Let me tell you why I believe Southampton will go down. Yes, I rate double barrel last name, the centre half, Enchap, though I'm mispronouncing him.
Oh.
Decent talent, but Livramento, I don't know when he will return. The centre half that them sign, man.
Oh, Armel Bella.
Yes, catch up, yes. Sorry.
Yeah, man, from a German, I know some are going to know we attack.
Yes, man.
All right, so they sign Gavin Bazanu from City, they sign Sekumar from Bordeaux, Romeo Lavia from City, Armel Bella Ketchup from Bochum, they sign Joe Ariba from Rangers, and that's it. Yeah. All
right, so on can't say for yourself that Southampton just have a period leading up to the end of the season where them just can't win any games. And that has been shown for the last 3 seasons now. They don't have Armando Broja. Livramento still recovering from his is it ACL? So I don't know when he will return. I don't know if Ward-Prowse is going to have the same. I don't have him having the same season like what he had last season. So it was a toss-up for me still, because I had between them or Brighton, but I went with Southampton. Yes, I believe Brighton will be in trouble as well.
All right. Ryan.
All right. So, Fulham obviously going down. You're your team, and I don't rate Marcus Silva like that. Bournemouth going down. They don't make any signings, and I also don't rate Scott Parker as a league coach. And the shock, Everton.
Actually, not a shock.
Them sacking Lampard before that happened, Ryan.
Yeah, I know. I said Lampard was bad.
And Sam Allardyce will keep them up. Or
Lampard
Sean Dyche, whichever one out of the
Lampard
two.
gone by November, December for me.
All right. Kims.
I was just looking and, I said, wow, Leeds spend a lot of money. All right. West Ham spend a lot of money. These, you know.
West Ham.
Oh, you mean like West Ham? Them invincible? What you mean West Ham? But my three to go down. I don't know now Bournemouth going down, but I have Nottingham. Nottingham going down. Don't tell me no garbage on me ears, but Dean Henderson and save them.
Bridget, Bournemouth even by a sweetie.
Listen, it doesn't matter. Like, what you mean? Norwich by the amount of people Norwich by last season and they were absolute trash. Yeah, but tell me about Bournemouth because
Okay,
you don't listen. Not because you don't buy nothing, it's not equivalent to you going down. Suppose man them like them team, you know, man them like them team. But Nottingham Forest absolutely going down. You know, welcome back to the Premier League, but you know, buy again, so they'll be gone. Fulham, you know, I believe they'll be gone as well. No, two teams that come up will be going back down, and the third team, I have to go ahead. I have to put Leeds. I have to put Leeds going down. You know, I think. Listen, well, after what I see from Everton last season, this team look like them hold the monkey, them turn the monkey backwards, sideways, front, everywhere because they always like Everton was dead in the water. I don't know how they pull out some of those wins that they pull out. They had no business staying up in the Premier League last season. I don't think it'll be a repeat. No matter what, I don't think it'll be a repeat. So
Kim, you said last season give a ridiculous top 6.
Well, right now I'm
no,
telling
let me remember. Say, what is it? Last season.
So this is the reverse.
So me saying no, hold on. So me saying Nottingham and Fulham is a ridiculous stop.
no man, you know why you know what it is not. Last year, remember that you had Leeds going down to, you know, so you just keep him with the true colors. So I mean, bro, I can't right now.
No, Calvin,
Kems,
Rafinha out of here.
you see right now, Kems, boy, I can't wait for the season start because I will want better, you know, brother. You see that Leeds one, me
Leeds one there, yeah man.
Me now move past on them.
Yo, the man, them buy 2 balls of replace Kalvin, you know.
Yeah, that's good for them.
I guess, but guess what, Ryan? They bought 2 to replace Calvin, and they literally bought 2 to replace Rafinha.
Well, let me tell you something, Levon.
Man, make a cover them squad this time.
You see, if we were looking about ballers on paper, Man U would be in the Champions League. This and this. If we're looking at ballers on paper, that's how it go. You have to go and you have to play the football. And I just believe that Leeds just won't have enough, you know, in the tank in order to make it cross the line. But this is me. This is me talking. This is me talking July 29. You know, when February 25th come, I might change my mind again.
Himo.
Yeah, I actually think there's going to be 6 or 7 teams struggling to go down. Fighting to stay up. That's how I put it. But Bournemouth are definitely going down. Nottingham Forest are definitely going down. And then it's either between four other teams. But I think I'm going to just put Southampton in there ahead of Everton. Everton losing Richarlison is a big deal. I don't think that they're going to get the goals from with them name Dwight McNeil, who them just signed from Burnley. That's not going to help them. At Calvert-Lewin no look like him can, you know, find back the form him did have under Carlo. And they're literally depending on Anthony Gordon. And while he's a great player, I don't think that he's going to be enough. Yeah, a good player. I don't think he'll be enough to keep them up. Well, they'll have enough for the up instead of Southampton. So I'm going Southampton, Nottingham Forest, and Bournemouth.
Oh, I'm sorry, so you never one betting man too, you know.
Boss, we are talking about bets. Those are my play.
No, that's
teams
what I'm
to
saying.
go
I'm
down.
sorry that you're not a betting man because I'd surely take up a bet with you on that Southampton one too.
Southampton will go down this season.
We shall see about that. But let me just quickly run through Leeds some of these. Well, as I mentioned, Everton signed Dwight McNeil, James Tarkowski, and Ruben Vinagre, who was at Wolves at one point until he went to Sporting, so signed him on loan. But Ryan said it the other day, and I'm inclined to agree. Lampard being English and all of that. Why is it that this man never go for Keane Lewis Potter instead of Dwight McNeil? Because to me, Keane Lewis Potter is a better footballer overall than Dwight McNeil. I mean, check Dwight McNeil stats. This man had like probably about 2 GA last season, if memory serves me right, and he played
The
like
man, the man is rightfully replacing Richarlison because they don't have no productivity.
But when I look at a Leeds now, Leeds brought in Brendan Aronson. I think he's a good talent. They also went for this player, and Demo, watch for this youth this season. From the sign them I mention him. You see, if you love Luis Diaz, you're gonna love Luis Sinister. This guy is a box of tricks for man. He's also Colombian as well. So you can look out for that guy. He's the one that they really bought to replace Rafinha. So trust me,
No Saint Max.
bro, chill man. So he's a good one. They brought in Tyler Adams and also Mark Rocker to fill the gap left by Kalvin Phillips. And I mean, they did do well without Kalvin Phillips to the end of the season when they were really digging in to find those results. And they also signed another, well, it's actually three players are signing already. And they also signed the youngster from City, Darko Gabia, in that position as well. So not a bad window for them. And Rasmus
And
Christian.
Luis Beard supposed to get some games this season coming up.
Yeah. So decent from them. But overall, okay. Newcastle and they're the other one that I don't mention, and also Leicester. Leicester don't say nobody I'll know. But look at Newcastle, they brought in Batman, good centre back, signed Matt Target permanently, and also Nick Pope, but they're struggling to get a forward. They wanted the guy from Leverkusen, Musa Diaby, but they were pressed out of a move. They went after Anthony Gordon. Everton say, yo, well, number 10 Anthony Gordon. So yeah, they ward off a challenge right there. So and they're still actively trying to sign a forward, but nothing coming off it. And
Yeah, so them stuck with Chris Wood,
yeah, bro, and that's not good. Chris Wood and Callum
Callum
Wilson,
Wilson.
that's not good, bro. So even though I'm a big Eddie Howe fan, I see Newcastle struggling this season if they can't get it together in terms of getting another attacker. Because
If
what?
Callum is fit doing it might be better than to use Chris.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the problem is that if they're going to depend on Saint Max for whatever, it ain't go up, man. And
But
guess what?
Newcastle are finishing in top 10 this season.
Saint Max has looked awful this preseason, literally awful.
Okay. Catch him in the start of the season.
The only person that I'm looking forward to see at Newcastle this season is a youngster. Hopefully they keep him. His name is Elliot Anderson. I love that guy, man. So if they give him a chance, I think he'll do good things for them. But other than that, I think Newcastle is going to struggle in bits if they don't get a foul player. But yeah, based on the other teams, any signings that surprised you guys? Any at all? Yeah,
Surprises.
Ethan Collins at 20.5 million to Wolves.
Not really.
Okay.
I mean the signing of Nick Pope is it just kind of go under the radar. I think that's a very
It's a
good
big
pickup for
signing,
Newcastle.
big
That's a
signing.
big signing and very underrated. I think Nick Pope is one of the better keepers in the league, and Newcastle pick him up. And I also think that the backup keeper for Spurs, them they get Fraser Foster for a backup keeper. So, boss, I think that's also underrated. I mean, I don't really rate Loris or whatever I'm on.
Brother, Fraser Foster.
Golini last season was a bigger signing as a backup. No.
It was.
Who?
Golini.
Golini.
No, sir. Fraser Foster is a big keeper. I think that
Yeah,
Spurs, I think Spurs are going to make some nice this season. So I guess that are the standout for me in terms of transfers.
All right, and there's two clubs that I never mentioned. So Crystal Palace has signed Chick, Corey from Law, Chris Richarlison, Bayern, Sam Johnston on a free. So yeah, decent for them. I think signing Sam Johnston is a good deal for Crystal Palace, knowing the fact that Jack Butland, Ethan Mason, Guaita.
Hold on, who is the Crystal Palace got? My internet chip out for a minute.
They signed Sam Johnston.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
I think that's a good one as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Brighton have just signed two youngsters so far in Julio Enciso and Simon Adingra. And I mean, Adingra is now at the sister club, Union.
Them are going to struggle to, them are going in the mix. So may I talk about the 7 people for go down, Losing Bissouma and I go lose Korea who send in transfer requests.
Yeah, man. That's
And I
man.
use Marpe as forward with Welbeck, bro. Them a go struggle.
No, bro. Mbappe won't be playing as forward next season. They finally get the forward.
Who?
Dennis Undav. He
Oh
was at
man.
Royal Union St. Kilda last season and he's now finally over. He was on loan because they signed him in January, but they left him to stay on loan for the remainder of the season. So he's now finally there. So he'll be
I
the one.
still think Brighton will struggle.
They need a. I'd probably say. Actually, they're good. You know why? I think I was saying they. I was going to say that they need a central midfielder, but looking at it, they have what's the guy name on number 25? Forgetting right now. They brought him into the latter part of the season.
25.
That dude, man, he scored against United in the 4-0 as well, man. He scored from the same box.
I know who you are. We get him name.
Forgetting his name, man. United was also linked to him, so he's a good one. And I think Jakob Moda is also a good player in that midfield as well. So Bissouma, yeah, it was big for them, but I think they're good. Villa was the next one that I never mentioned.
Well, I have a question before.
Sure.
So I don't know if you guys spoke about it, but I guess I'll ask Ryan what he thought about. When I look at a player like Sterling, for example, and I look at the coach that Tuchel is, I don't see marriage right there. So, you can correct me if I'm wrong. When I look at a Pep Guardiola and a Tuchel, I see there's quote unquote opposites where man management is concerned, right? Whereby a Pep Guardiola might, put him hand around Raheem Sterling and, continue to encourage him and, push him chin up. I don't really see that with Tuchel, and Ryan can tell me if I'm wrong. I think Tuchel is more.
Fair.
I think Tuchel is more a cutthroat kind of guy, and throw
That's
shit.
fair, but remember, Tuchel also bought Sterling to be the man. So maybe Sterling graduate now from that stage of being a player to the player.
No, but the thing is, all in all, I think Sterling is a great player and so, but Sterling has this time when he man the empty goal and then kick it wide and he man some easy, simple chances and him with the chance to miss and dash of the game and he still has those in him up to this day, right? And I'm just looking at I'm looking at the same thing and I'm not comparing Sterling to Lukaku, but I'm just saying the same quote unquote thing will happen with Lukaku. I think there's a potential that can happen with Raheem where Lukaku was being looked at for
but the thing is, Sterling is guaranteed. As much as he is guaranteed missed chances, he is guaranteed goals. So it's going to be a bit of both.
But Ryan, wouldn't you honestly say Lukaku coming back to Chelsea, you was thinking this man was guaranteed goals? Like if I be honest.
Yeah.
Whoever say this man guaranteed goals and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Except you.
Huh?
Except
well, of course, I had my reservations, but the vast
I did. I thought he was guaranteed goals.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at, and I'm looking at quote unquote your bias as a Jamaican, and so I wouldn't want to see Sterling just on the bench because of quote unquote Sterling.
I don't think Sterling will struggle at Chelsea based on how the front line of Chelsea plays. I don't think he'll struggle.
Okay.
But
I mean, Werner struggled.
Yes, Werner.
But some good things they bring up that though. Brother, I'm sorry for this season. Brother, I know I have two half-side specialists now, Werner and Sterling live offside in a farm.
Like I'm just looking at. Listen, I'm looking at the first 15 games of the season. Let's say Chelsea on a 3, 4, 5 game losing streak. I don't see it turning upside down. Where all right, then this is not working out. The love that you thought would be there, the harmony that you thought would be there. And then Sterling might end up finding out that life is not, the grass is not green on the other side, right? So I'm just really worried for him because I just know that he has those periods of time where he's just not quote unquote Sterling. He might miss a lot of chances. He might do some foolishness, and then you have another time where he's just an absolute fire. So I don't know if Tuchel can deal with those dip in form especially if a quote unquote Kai Havertz is not firing and Warner is not firing.
You realize that Tuchel got through. Tuchel had so much dip in form last season with the players, so we're not think this way referring to him. If Sterling has a dip.
But then when he had the dip in, that's what I said. But when he had the different form, it's like he quote unquote punish those players. Like I want name, I'm not pronouncing Zayek. Like a Zayek.
He punished all of them. Ziyech, Werner.
Yeah.
Even Havertz get benched for a while. Yeah, he punished the
because if you look and you ask, but if you ask, why did Sterling really leave Man City? What can we pinpoint and say he left Man City because of here's like what could we really pinpoint?
You wanted more minutes to be guaranteed a starting position.
Okay, and I guess he looked and he said, okay, well, even though Jesus leaving, but then here comes Haaland and those players. So then now he comes over to Chelsea, but again, if he's not firing on all cylinders now, then he's going to count the nails in the bench like Lukaku did. And then that start a whole different conversation now as to did he make the right decision and so. I mean, this might not happen at all, but I think it's something that we need to think about because I know Tuchel have no problem. Is Tuchel one of those coaches who put you on and do nothing and then take you back off and say,
Brother, I was seeing this in Otsnadai.
So, as a Jamaican, you really worry for Sterling, but I really hope for the best for the young man.
I think Sterling is at that level now where him can manage a coach like Tuchel. Because Pep is no walkover either. I could understand that.
Actually, probably worse than Tuchel.
You think so?
Probably.
Listen, I think Pep.
As much as Pep is a man manager in terms of it will put him around you, and we drop it too. I mean,
remember Laporte in the games. Remember when Laporte was when Laporte gave away the goal in was it Champions League? I don't remember what it was, but remember that was when he said, you know what, you rug bench, and that was when Stones and Diaz partnership.
And don't underestimate Southgate too in terms of his ruthlessness. Southgate to drop it too.
But I think, and again, this is what I'm saying, right? I think Sterling, both Southgate and Pep just have a particular liking for Sterling. Especially, remember, when Southgate had started Sterling for England, everybody are calling him idiot, What a blasted idiot. What is this man doing? Sterling not depend on form, and then Sterling really come and really prove Southgate, quote unquote, correct, right? So I just think those coaches have a different liking for Sterling. I don't know if Tuchel like no player per se when we can say, well, he really loves this player because the man punish everybody. As somebody said in the comment section, Mason Mount, everybody get peace in it. So,
Adima, you're about to say something. Go ahead.
No. When Kim's say he's a Jamaican and I'm worried about Sterling, I'm definitely not worried about Sterling and I'm Jamaican. So I'm just there put that piece in. I could care less what happened to him. Can rat on the bench. Yeah, like here.
Well, Diva, your thing is different because he was a Liverpool man at one point, so you have a different thing.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Why was some that though, man? Well, since as a base current to all the other teams, I'm just going to just call the chances and then I give what I was about to say. So Villa signed Diego Carlos, Coutinho permanently, Robin Olsen, Boubacar Kamara. I think that's a good sign for the midfield. And they also signed Ludwig Augustinsson on loan as a backup left back. Brentford and the other, and they have signed Aaron Icky. They have signed Keane Lewis Potter. They have also signed Thomas Kosha. I think that's a good signing based on the fact that David Raya went down last season and they had to be drafting a young keeper. And they also got Ben Mee from Burnley and a free. So I think those are 4 good signings for Brentford. But in regards to other things that is happening that I'm kind of displeased about. There's one particular player at Manchester United that wears the number 7 shirt. If you want to leave, boss, get the hell out of here. I don't know Manchester United will not. You just leave. Just leave, but guess what? If they're telling you to leave, nobody don't want him. Chelsea reject him, Bayern reject him. Atletico come out and say they reject him. The only things that I see over and about right now. PSG reject him.
Wow.
The other clubs that I see over and about is Sporting and Dortmund. And the only reason why Dortmund is hovering is because Sebastian Haller is gone down with an injury. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been looking at him. So I need the coach to sort this out. And if a boy wants to go, let him go.
Didn't he say he's going to play Sunday?
Yeah, he's going to play in the friendly. But Man
Oh,
United has two back-to-back friendlies, so they have one tomorrow and they have one on Sunday. So the one tomorrow is the main team. So the main team is flown out to Norway and they're going to have one at Old Trafford. So
Mm.
they're playing that one. But also,
Ronaldo will be a United player this season.
I
yeah, I
want
think so too.
I want him to leave badly, honestly. But
And
honestly,
that's good for Chelsea and Arsenal if he is a United player.
whether he's a United player or not, won't be good for you guys. As I said, you have to make him tough for.
Okay, boss. I
But
remember they play in Europa League this season, too, right?
yeah, man, that's why I want to sign three more players.
Okay.
But anything else from you guys before we just wrap it up right here?
Yeah, let me just say this before everybody. Listen, this Darwin Nunez versus Haaland thing, we just need to stop it. I mean, no want everybody to tag me whenever the man first touch fly gone over there, so and he miss sitters. Boss, I don't rate Darwin Nunez. I don't need to be tagged in Darwin Nunez stuff. If him score, that's fine. Just don't tag me in the Darwin Nunez. I am not on the hype. I am more happy for the Carvalho signing than I am for the Darwin Nunez signing. So may I beg you, please don't tag me in that. When you
Well,
can tag,
I can't tell this much, Demo. One man that I know for a fact will tag you is Josh. Josh is going to tag you every day.
yeah, but why? Me not understand. Like me remember the man score
Once,
4 goals the other day. One
once
bag
say,
of tag.
the man say you're a curtain already. He's his drought. That's why I always do it.
No, it not have nothing to do with drought. All me say is I don't rate the man. So may I make it known publicly. I don't rate him. I don't expect anything. Whatever comes, I'll just take it. Zin. So you know nobody tag me night. All
And
right, cool. It's not.
I'll make a
It's
point
not.
about that. That
It's not
Ryan more than
Haaland.
likely,
Huh?
I'm about to make a point about that. That Ryan more than likely agree with me.
Yes. All right. Make it
I rate
after we
Darwin
done.
Nunez, but I only rate him while he was at Benfica and whenever he's playing for Uruguay. That's why some that I don't rate him.
All right, that's fine. So it's not it's not Haaland versus Nunez. It is always going to be Salah versus whoever. It is Salah's league, and whoever come in there will try to take it from him. That's just how it is. Salah is guaranteed. I don't know what Nunez will give me. All right. So Liverpool to wrap up the league by February. That's what 25 game weeks I think it was. So we will see
Yeah,
how it
man,
is.
75 points then get the league.
I mean, man, them a win everything, man. Nah, drop no points. But
At 75 points, never win a league yet.
Ryan, what say you?
Um, a lot is still left to be done this window, so a lot can change, and I'm sure the predictions will change come when the season begins, leading up to when the window closes. So remains to be seen. A lot of teams, especially the teams below, will be watching the teams that are on their level to see what they are doing, to see if they can outdo them in terms of the window. Because you know, if a team and you are fight relegation, you don't want them to outdo you in the window. So a lot of that will be done in terms of the squad selection and so forth. So a lot more purchases will be done. A lot more scouting and so forth, and also the top teams will be looking at each other to see where they can improve to outdo the other. So a lot is still left to be done. The window is 5 weeks away from being closed.
All right, Kims.
Um, Listen, I hear you just talk about it. About Ronaldo. I think it was one of the same things with Pogba as well. Where if somebody really don't want to be a part of the team, we don't need that distraction, right? And we can say, and I know I'll definitely use it when I have a particular narrative about him being rejected here, there, and everywhere. But the fact of the matter is, right, the man is a great player. However, at this stage of his career, the man not fit every team, right? The man can't quote unquote press. The man is more an individual first. An individual first is about Cristiano Ronaldo first, and then the team second, right? So a lot of teams are going to want that in their quote unquote dressing room. United was silly enough to take that on, and now we're kind of stuck with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but again, the man is a goal machine. The man is a goal magnet. The man knows to find the back of the net. So if Ten Hag know what he's doing, he can put the team around it. But again, if he doesn't want to be there and he want to play Champions League, you know, it's funny enough how a lot of other teams rejecting him, but the only thing him talk about him now go back a sporting and blah 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 blah. Right? However, we only want players who want to be at the club and who are proud to represent this team right here, right? Um, you know,
We can
so
ask him a question in
What
a
is
minute.
loud and proud, man?
Wait. We can just ask him
sure.
before him done. We can ask Levan, just pardon me, please. Because it just clicked in on my head. Just because of the words we came just saying, don't want to be here and people who, want to represent the badge. So why is it Manchester United continuously chase down the young who obviously don't want to be there and him don't want to play for the badge and him want Champions League? When you
So
just you don't want the drama of all of that, but you still a chase down the man and him
so
obviously no one come.
well, I think so. Again, Demo, as you well know, as all the thing go. A lot of these things out there are rumors, right? Some things that will circulate. I don't know. Manchester United, even though we have a new coach, the top end of things is still a bunch of garbage up there. They still do a lot of foolishness and they still quote unquote look like they're willing to take on bad signings and then, turn on and bite them in the butt down the road. From Frankie said no the first time. This is like, a girl tell you no and you just step on her, step on her, step on her. You still are bring her flowers, you still are buy her chocolate. Hopefully she change her mind. Frankie, but again, I think the reason why Manchester United is persistent is because Barcelona really are pushing him out the door. So like Barcelona kick him out and I say, oh, go on, go on, go on.
Yeah,
But
and,
Frankie I
and then
said,
again,
no,
and
no,
then
go on,
again,
go
they know
on.
that is a definite need. Man United knows that it's a need, and
Yep.
they know that at some point Barca will crack because, again, as you just pointed out, they don't want him. And the thing, Demo, remember that he said himself that Barca was his dream club and all of that. So a
Yep.
player is going to live on that. And it wasn't until this season, until Ten Hag come in, they really see United linked to him.
Yeah,
So
but him not leave and them not give me money, boss.
No,
they,
but
Boss, how the man
no,
much
they don't have
money?
a choice. They have to give him it.
the thing
They
is,
have to.
because I was reading something and it was saying, if Frankie don't take a pay cut or if him stay, them can't sign Lewandowski, them can't sign this, them
None of
can't sign
them.
that,
Lewaf, Rafinha,
Yeah,
Kunda,
Yeah,
yeah.
them can't
Christensen,
register
register
them.
none of them.
Yeah, so listen, this was the same thing last year where so them couldn't register Memphis and all them players. Them find a way to do it. So they find a
Exactly.
way. Listen, Barcelona look like them have something going on over there that I don't know about. So
And as we
you
said
know,
before, you know what? You know what's the funny thing about this? I guarantee you that had it been a club in England, that club get demoted long time ago.
absolutely. Listen, this is like me telling you say, yo, man, I have the money. But when you see me I buy shoes, when you see me I buy clothes, when you see me I do this, when they're on vacation, but me not have no money. That's how Barcelona basically are doing. Every day them come, oh, our financial situation is so bad. And then 2 days later, oh, welcome Lewandowski. Welcome. And I'm saying, where you getting this money from? Like, literally. But that is, so I think that is it for United. They're monitoring the situation closely. They probably know way more than we know. And
Yeah.
they're saying, Frankie look like, he has no choice other than to leave, right? So I think that is what it is. I don't see anybody else in the quote unquote running for Frankie. Is it them stay at Barca or I'm come at United? I don't see, probably see it. I don't see anything else out there. So
Yeah,
I
true.
think that is it.
To unknown Prince that asked earlier, yes, we do have a fantasy league this season, so let's go ahead and put it on the screen.
Yeah, show the teams.
You want me to do that?
No, I'm gonna
No,
pick my
no,
team,
no, no.
boss.
All right, so unknown Prince, here's the code. That's the
Yeah.
code to join the league.
I'm gonna pick my team.
They basically are giant to second place still. Just to say that from early.
I'm gonna sell out the man show him team.
You can show it, but I understand. Just make sure say each week after each week you show the points table
I,
as well.
I am going to. So where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? All right, so here's Demo's team. Let me see if I
Big,
where is it? It's not showing me, man. What's happening?
big.
That is not your team, man. That is my team.
Oh well, that not big.
Why out of them, man? What's wrong with my team? I have Edison, Alexander Arnold, Diaz, Gabriel, Romero, Salah, of course, as captain. Haaland, Jesus, Thiago, Rashford, and Sancho. And
The,
they
the
this
Fox
time
they
we
have
played
Thiago,
against.
the Fox they have Thiago in the fantasy league, boy. You need help, but it's alright. I'm not give up no secret.
There's a reason why I have him. Take a good look when we are
Alright,
playing in the first game.
alright,
They're
boss.
playing against Fulham,
That,
so of course.
Then we
But
get,
Boy,
let me see if I can
we
roll.
get points to passes completed.
ask him again.
No, man. He's
Levon,
going to.
Levon,
What
this
was it against them? Let's watch.
Levon, this team look like, we talk about who's fighting the relegation battle. This team you're showing me that look like this is fighting the relegation battle, boss.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Guess
Uh,
what? Guess what? Fantasy is not about picking a team based on all of those stuff that you're thinking about. So you can come into fantasy and pick a fancy 4-2-3, whatever you want. That's what
Boy.
you'll have to do.
all right. So yeah, make we have a bet say, I beat up the team in a fantasy. But we have a
Bet.
bet.
Money bet.
All right. May I bet you $100. So I beat up your bug team in a fantasy.
All right, no problem. 100
All
US
right.
it is.
That man a joke.
Cause this one team fighting for relegation, boss. Like look, Rashford.
We shall see that.
By week 2 you drop Rashford, boss. Then I see
True.
this one the
Again, you're not
Yo.
listening. That's the key thing, I picked him based on who they're playing
Mm.
against. Listen.
No, okay, boss. But guess
Um,
what? There's only so much changes that you can make, boss, unless you ever take your minus early. Cause
It's
a
easy to
lot of
do.
these players have to go, boss. Thiago, come on, boss.
So hold on a second. Do you actually think that he's cut off time?
Huh?
oh,
Cut off won't be until August 1st.
wow.
What is talking about?
Okay, all right. But we already have,
What I'll say to you,
we already have.
what I'll say to you, I kid you not. Remember, say I take hell from me long time,
I know where yourself.
So none of hell come your way. You cannot beat me.
If you stay with this team, I promise you finish at
Me
the
can
bottom of the
stay.
table.
All right, me I stay with this team. Just for years sake for beating
Yo.
me, stick with this team, and I move nobody else.
All right.
But let me just run by the code, man.
Yeah, run back the code. This is a joke, but my agree with kids. Levon team not so at all.
You're one out here, you go Harry Wilson against Liverpool first week. Where that I go?
But if you
Started
show
nuts against Liverpool.
I'll be collecting a lot of points game week 1. That's all you need to know.
You want to bet on it?
All right, just like me say, in each week you just show the table, the people will see.
All right, so
Wait, we not talk about the glorified friendly tomorrow.
all right, so there's a code again. So it's 7T1KZQ. That's the code to join the league. So fantasy players that can go ahead and join. Yeah, man, you guys can go ahead and talk about it, man.
No, I mean, I'm just gonna say, for me, I really don't care what happens. I know a lot of people, especially some Liverpool fans, they're saying, it's a trophy and what. Like, for me, this don't really matter. It matters because of the opposition, and I don't really like losing to Manchester City, especially because of all of the pains, the 1-pointers here and there and whatever. So it matters in that sense. But I really see, like, I want to risk all of my key players for the Fulham game weekend. That's just how me see. I don't want to risk any injury in this Community Shield thing, but I don't want to get 6 and 7, if you understand what I mean. So I don't really care if I win, if I lose. It's just a glorified friendly to me, but I don't want to get embarrassed. So I'm not even gonna watch it because I have a match tomorrow anyway. But I know a lot of people count the Community Shield.
Bro, please don't go for 11 or over tomorrow.
Which 11 now? Oh, boss, we talk about football. I want to really
This never match tomorrow, so I have to just drop it in.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I just want to see the youngsters perform, and that's it. Whoever wins it, I don't really care.
So my team demo quickly. Why is it that your coach is so great, but yet still he complains so much?
I mean, a lot of great coaches complain.
But I think this man complaining does go over. Like he's always searching for
Yeah.
something to complain about.
Yeah, it's very irritating at times. Really take it overboard. I don't understand. I'm gonna get it here. And you know what the worst thing we may watch for this season? He was one of the main persons who want this 5-sub rule. I mean, I watch him, you know. If this season come, mega see how much 5-sub he make. Because him is a man, him don't like rotate and him don't like make changes. But I go watch him and see. Because him complain and cry about it, so we'll see. I think him there complain too about the community shield and how close it is to the Fulham game or some nonsense. Man, I get it either, but it is what it is.
Everything that man complains about. Kims, you want to call a prediction for the game?
No.
Oh, my prediction: City 3, Liverpool 1.
Probably City probably win 2-1.
Alright.
But it is key to note that majority of the times the team who win the Community Shield don't go on to win the league. Just saying. City break it in a 2018, I think. But other than that, you know, they have to watch themselves. We lost to Arsenal in the Community Shield, went on to walk the league. Leicester City won the Community Shield. Manchester City went on to win the league. So there's a little voodoo there, you know.
Worry yourself, man. No hoodoo nor voodoo with that around. But big up the man, them, man. Big up Devin was here earlier. Big up Ryan was also here. Big up yourself, Kims. We joined late. Big up to Demo, who has got that 2 show back to back.
Yeah,
man,
bro.
Big up yourself, man. Rough. But big up yourself, man. And big up to the man behind the scenes, Josh, for making it possible. And you, the commenters, to some first timers, big up on yourself, man. To the regulars, big up on yourself as well. And we're here once again to give you football. It's all about football right now. And well, yeah, back to regular programming. We'll also have our cricket, track and field in between and all those stuff. So great things to come forward. And guys, keep on liking, keep on subscribing, keep on sharing, keep on doing the right stuff. Let's get this to 3K by Monday. Almost can that. We're at 2918, I believe, if memory serves me right. So yeah, let's get it to 3K subs. Until we see you again, stay safe. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy some football. Championship are going tomorrow. Wally Pite, the football are going. I mean, DFB Pokal are going tomorrow too. And
Community Shield.
The Community Shield and also the German Cup. And Sunday it will be the big one. The big one will be between England women and German women for the Euros. I know that England are the big favorites. No matter what dark, England are huge favorites. So if Germany win, that will be an upset. But big up, man. See you guys again.
Big up.